You're listening to 2015 Cotuit Kettleers Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
1-1 to Klein. He swings at it and hits that deep into left field. Persico is rounding back there. That ball is out of here.
The leg kick and the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to right, heading towards the corner. That ball is going to go. It is gone. A long home run into the back of the bullpen in right field for Gene Cohn.
Runners on second and third. Will Haney 1 and 2. Big swing, fly ball into left field. That ball is going back. That ball is gone.
Lennon set, looks to second. Now the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to left field. That one's deep. Donadio back near the fence. That one is going to one-hop off the wall. Weiss rounds third. He comes in to score. Fabio's at second with his first Kettleers hit. It's an RBI double.
2-2 to Klein. Pop up to right field. Billingsley will grab it. Tagging up is Peterson. The throw to home plate is not in time. Cork Peterson scores.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball hit to left field. That one's deep. Donadio back at the track. Looks at the wall. It's gone. Will Haney does it again. Another home run, and it's 9-1 Kettleers.
With the Kettleers warm-up, here's Axel Bawada and Dan Silverman.
From Lowell Park in Cotuit, this is Kettleers Baseball. As tonight, the Kettleers take on the Chatham Anglers. With Axel Bawada, I'm Dan Silverman. Thank you for joining us. And Axel, the Kettleers have won two just fine up until about 40 minutes or so ago when Brandon Berry took a ball to the face in batting practice in infield outfield. And he'd been the hottest hitter on this team now out of the lineup. And that's a big loss for the Kettleers.
Well, his bat started to finally warm up, and it came in a really big time. This was a huge weekend. Those 3 games, 2 against Falmouth, 1 against Wareham. They won 2 in a row, but he played incredible even in that 2 loss. He went 2 for 4 in that game with a home run. Against Falmouth, 3 for 4 with a home run, 4 RBIs. And then last night against the Gatemen, 1 and 4. But they're losing a lot, not just at the plate, but defensively as well as a third baseman. He has really bailed out this Kettleers infield more than once, and we see it maybe a couple times a game, but excellent with the lumber and with the leather as well. They're going to miss him a lot today out of the lineup.
Hasn't made a single error this year playing first base, so a big loss, as you said, on both sides of the ball. And yesterday he was named the Cape League Player of the Week for last week. Over the last 3 games, he's gone 6 for 12 with 4 runs scored, 5 RBIs, and 3 extra base hits, a double and 2 homers. So that's a big loss, and the lineup changes a little bit because of that. Michael Cantu will play first base, and Tim Cisnero, who was playing third, is no longer starting. Brody Weiss playing third instead. And obviously that's a tough injury for the Kettleers. Hopefully Brandon's okay. And if we find anything out, we'll let you know as this game progresses. But putting that aside, this is a big game, and really every game the rest of the way, the last 11 games, huge for Cotuit. They entered today a point behind both Falmouth and Wareham for that 4th and final playoff spot in the West. And those 2 teams play tonight in Wareham. So if the Kettleers win, worst case scenario, they're somewhere in a playoff spot when tonight ends.
And last night, Falmouth, a big 6-1 lead over the Harbor Hawks. They ended up blowing that game, and then those 2 teams ended up tying. But as you said, Dan, barely out of a spot. A win here and a loss for, you said, Wareham and Falmouth playing tonight. They can jump into 4th, but they need to take care of business tonight. And that's against a team in the East who they can only gain a half game on. But they need to do that tonight against the Chatham team that they haven't played exceptionally great against. They're 0-2 so far this season against the Anglers.
Although those 2 games both quite a while ago, 6 days apart in June. Anglers won both of those, won 5-2. That was here at Lowell Park. And then a 4-1 game at Veteran Field in Chatham 6 days later. But these 2 teams, much different teams right now. And in fact, Chatham offensively has been a much better team in the month of July than they were in June. They're scoring about a run better per game this month. And Matt Milburn will have a tough time against an Anglers offense that has really turned things around. And here's the starting lineup for Chatham. Trenton Brooks is in right field leading things off. Jake Fraley, the left fielder, bats second. Will Craig, who will be in the home run hitting contest in 4 days, will bat third playing first base. The catcher Aaron Barnett bats 4th. Luke Persico, the DH, bats 5th. Nate Mondu is at 2nd, batting 6th. Zach Short plays 3rd, batting 7th. Aaron Knapp is in center, batting 8th. And the shortstop Garrett Hampson will bat 9th, with Zach Gallen, the righty from UNC, on the mound. And for Cotuit, Jaron Kendall's in center. Mike Paya is at short, Brett Stevens in left. The typical 1-2-3. And then things changed around a bit because of Barry's injury. He was going to be batting cleanup Instead, Jack Klein, who's playing right field, moves from the 7th spot to the 4th spot. Spencer Gay bats 5th at 2nd. Nkosi Jehudimus will hit 6th tonight once again. Michael Cantu hits 7th, first base for Barry. Will Haney, the catcher, bats 8th. Brody Weiss will bat 9th at 3rd. In for Tim Cisnera, who was originally going to be starting at 3rd. Instead, it's Weiss batting 9th. And the righty from Rockford, Matt Milburn, gets the start for the Kettleers.
And now with Tim out of the lineup, just need another backup catcher in case something happens to Will Haney. So he may find his way into this game. I'm particularly interested to see Nkosi Jehudimus playing again for the Kettleers. He had a really good first game last night against Wareham, went 1 for 2, drew a walk, so he reached base 3 times last night. Or twice last night, sorry, and 3 times. He also scored a run, so we'll see how he does as well, DHing.
It's clinic night here at Lowell Park, so plenty of kids on the field right now in the dugouts getting autographs from all of their favorite Kettleers. And Axel, like you said, with Cisnera not playing, the Kettleers have 3 catchers, Cantu, Haney, and Cisnera. Cantu starting at first, but he could move behind the plate at some point. Will Haney has tried to play first this year before, so depending on how things go, Coach Roberts has his options if he wants to move players around here and there. So don't be surprised if players move around as this game progresses. The Kettleers about to take the field with all of the kids who are on the field today. National anthem just a few moments away here on a overcast, ever so slightly cloudy, and hot and muggy day in Cotuit. It's time for the national anthem, so we'll step aside. First pitch is coming up next here from Lowell Park on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Music graduate who performed their Boston Strong Anthem, Keep On Running, at the start of the 2015 Boston Marathon. Take it away, Carly.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
back at Lowell Park, the Anglers and Kettleers about set to play ball on a nice day for baseball. A little bit muggy, but a nice crowd in a big game for the Kettleers, and they'll have to do it without their starting first baseman, Brandon Berry, who, like we said pregame, took a ball to the face during infield-outfield. Not sure exactly how it happened, but hopefully Brandon is okay, and the first time he's not starting for the Kettleers since June 25th. So a big loss, not just at the plate where he's been swinging the bat much better over the past weekend. Was named the Cape League Player of the Week because of a great 3 games this past weekend. But defensively, he's a great first baseman. No errors. He's made some nice plays. He's saved errors for his teammates at times. And now Michael Cantu will take over defensively at first. And Cantu is a catcher, so not sure what to expect from him. We'll have to see. He is a big guy, but again, catcher a lot space.
And we've seen it a lot so far this season, really. A lot of infield turnout, a lot of turnover, I should say. Tim Cisnera playing third base, Will Haney playing shortstop even. So the Cavaliers, this is a team that we're through 33 games and still really doesn't have an identity, but one of the things that it really was starting to show was that defensively, at least on the right side of the infield, first baseman Brandon Berry, that was a very strong position, really. That and shortstop, even though Paez has been committing more errors really this last week or so than he has. But just a really bad time for this, considering that the Kettleers just won 2 of 3 this weekend, and Brandon Berry was their hottest player, and now they're without his services, and we don't know for how long, really.
Well, the sooner he can get back, the better. But for now, he's not in the lineup, and best wishes that he feels better as soon as possible. Matt Milburn gets the start for Cotuit, the right-hander from Wofford, making his 5th start of the year and 6th appearance. He's 2-2 with a 2.13 ERA. He's been good. Went 5 2/3 of 1-run baseball, an unearned run his last start, and got a win against Trenton Brooks. Leads off, a left-hand batter for the Anglers steps in with the righty Milburn pitching from the full windup, and now Brooks steps out for a second just to make Milburn wait. He'll readjust his batting gloves, and now finally steps back into the left-hand batter's box. And now time called from the Anglers dugout. Looks like first base umpire Larry Rosenberg is asking a photographer to move, I think. Well, now I think we're good to go. Couple of pauses. Milburn or Brooks steps into the box, and we're about ready to play ball here in Cotuit. Milburn into the full windup. The righty's first pitch is swung on and fouled first base side off the fencing of the dugout. It's 0-1, and we're underway at Lowell Park. Defensively for Cotuit, a great outfield. Brett Stevens in left, Jaron Kendall in center, and Jack Klein in right. Probably the best defensive outfield the Kettleers have had all season. Here's Milburn's 0-1. Swing and a fly ball towards right center field, ranging over is Kendall. He gets there, and he makes the catch. 1 up and 1 down in the first inning. Well, Kendall makes it look so easy in center. Jack Klein, who's playing right, also a great. So to have those two out there next to each other means a lot of balls that might drop in or caught. So 1 up, 1 down. Jake Fraley, the left fielder, coming up. Another left-hand batter, and he's off to a hot start in 10 games, hitting .353. Milburn deals, swing, and a pop-up foul into the parking lot. It's 0-1 on Fraley. Left-hand batter. The righty Milburn from the full windup with 1 out, nobody on in the first inning. Just getting started. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup there from Milburn. It's 0-2. On the infield, Brody Weiss at third, Mike Paez at short, Spencer Gay at second. Michael Cantu at first for the injured Berry. Will Haney does the catching for Matt Milburn. Here's Milburn's 0-2. Away. It's 1-2 on Jake Fraley with Will Craig waiting on deck. Milburn working quickly. Takes a deep breath and begins his windup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, a curveball blocked by Haney. The count evens 2-2 on the left fielder Jake Fraley.
And Fraley, not having played since Friday, he's went 1 for 2 in that 8-0 win against Wareham. Drove in a run and scored 2 himself. So a prolific bat, and one that doesn't strike out much. Only 3 strikeouts on the season.
Trying to reach base here in the first and provide some spark for the Anglers. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a fly ball to center. Backing up a few steps as Kendall now ranges in. And with the sunglasses down, makes the catch, 2 men away. And a busy start to this game for Jaron Kendall. 2 outs, both flyouts to the center fielder from Vanderbilt.
And of course, you like the outcome, but Mount Milburn on that pitch, that ball got a bit too much of the plate and was hit into center field. Fortunately, though, for the Kettleers, Fraley got a bit too under it, and Kendall was able to make an otherwise pretty easy put out.
That'll bring up Will Craig, a big right-hand batter. Milburn kicks and fires a pitch that missed high, and it's 1-0. Radar gun not working early on here at Lowell Park. So big what pitches Milburn is throwing. Here's his 1-0. Fastball taken on the outside corner, a strike. It's 1-1.
And Craig's a player who has really hurt the Kettleers in those 2 games that these 2 teams have played. He's gone a combined 3 for 5, 3 RBIs, and a scored run.
The count even here, 1-1 as Milburn fires a fastball on the outside corner, a called strike. It's 1-2. That's Tom Major calling balls and strikes today. Larry Rosenberg is at first, and Rudy Fernbach, who seems to be a popular umpire for the Kettleers, is at third. Here's Milburn's 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, chased a curve in the dirt. Haney applies the tag. It's a 1-2-3 first for Matt Milburn. Nothing across middle of the first here at Lowell Park. The Anglers nothing, and the Kettleers coming up on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Cape Cod Healthcare now offers Cape Cod residents and visitors convenient urgent medical care by emergency room trained physicians at the Fontaine Outpatient Center in Harwich and the Stoneman Outpatient Center in Sandwich. For sore throats and coughs, x-rays and splinting, suturing of lacerations, and much, much more, come to the Stoneman Outpatient Center at 2 Jan Sebastian Drive, just off of Exit 2 in Sandwich, or the Fontaine Outpatient Center at 525 Long Pond Drive, just off Exit 11 in Harwich. Both have extended evening and weekend hours, and both centers are staffed by emergency room physicians. No appointment or referral is necessary. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospitals, superior care.
Back in Cotuit, last of the first inning, no score between the Anglers and the Kettleers. And it's the North Carolina right-hander Zach Gallen who gets the start for Chatham. And he was excellent through his first 3 starts, had an ERA of 0. It was really roughed around his last time out. 10 days ago against YD, went just 4 innings, 6 runs, 5 of them earned. Gave up 8 hits. And when he's been good, the strikeouts have been there. In his first 3 starts, went a combined 15 innings and struck out 23 batters. His last start, 4 innings, just 3 strikeouts. We'll say it's the Kettleers lineup that the first 5 hitters have been hitting very well as of late, and then after that, it gets kind of spotty. Jaron Kendall leads things off, left-hand batting center fielder, hitting 2 and a home run and 3 RBIs. Gallen from the full windup lifts the leg and fires home. A fastball taken off the outside corner. It's 1-0, a fastball at 91 miles an hour. And a late appeal to third. Rudy Fernbach says no swing. So indeed a 1-0 count on Kendall. Gallen working from the first base side of the rubber. The righty fires a 1-0. Swing and a miss. Took a little something off of it. It's 1-1 on Kendall.
And for Kendall, who had a rough first 3 or 4 games as a Kettleer, now hitting .297. And he's really been showing the speed lately. A couple nights ago against Wareham, that was the case.
1-1. Fastball missed inside. He had to back out of the way. 2-1.
He had that 2 RBI triple, but then also on a single into left center by Brett Stevens, he scored all the way from first.
He's got great speed, and he's a great base runner as well. A great combo for him. Here's Gallen's 2-1 in the dirt. It's 3-1 on Kendall. After Kendall, Mike Paez and Brett Stevens due up in the first inning. All three of them hitting 4. So very clumped together. Outfield straight away against Kendall. It's Jake, Aaron Knapp in center, and Trenton Brooks in right. Here's Gallen's 3-1. Fastball taken low, ball 4, and Kendall draws a leadoff walk. His first walk of the season. And if you're Gallen, that's not a guy you want to give a free pass to. He has been swinging it well as of late. But he's always a threat to run. He's 2 for 2 spots and has great speed. So Mike Paez coming up, a right-hand batter. Had a 4 streak end on Sunday. That also ended a 17-game on-base streak. Gallen from the stretch. Kendall leads off first. Gallen deals. Paez bunts one first base side. Craig off the bag, has it, runs to tag Paez, and he got him. A nice play by Will Craig to slap the tag on Paez. So 3 unassisted on the sacrifice, and Kendall moves down to second with 1 away. Stevens coming up for Cotuit.
That's something the Kettleers have been doing a lot better these last few games, laying down sack bunts and moving runners over. And right there, Paez almost able to squeak out an infield bunt single.
And if you're Paez in that spot, you have the sign to try and sacrifice him over to second. But you're trying to bunt for a hit. Worst case scenario, you move him over to second, and that's what happened there. So Kendall on second, 1 away. No score last of the first inning. And the left fielder, Brett Stevens, coming up. Gallen set. Kendall bluffs towards third and stops as the pitch is delivered, a fastball strike. 0-1. Well, Kendall ran about 5 or 6 steps towards third and then stopped. Gallen looked back at him but delivered the pitch anyway. So if Kendall had kept going, would have had third stolen easily. But went back. Gallen probably had a chance to pick him off. But no matter, it was a strike. 0-1, the righty deals. Swing and a miss, a good breaking ball. It's 0-2 on Brett Stevens. Stevens hitting .299 on the year, a home run and 9 runs batted in. In the midst of a 5-game hitting streak, he's batting 9 for 18 in that span. So he's been swinging it much better as of late. As have a couple of Kettleers hitters. Kendall, who's on second, is one of them. Spin to second, and Kendall back standing. No. The infield for is at third. That could get confusing. Garrett Hampton, the shortstop, Nate Mondu at second, Will Craig at first, and Aaron Barnett does the catching for the right-hander Zach Gallen. Stevens 1 away. Kendall leads off second. Gallen looks there and now deals a fastball that missed low and in. 1-2 on Brett Stevens with Jack Klein waiting on deck. Infield back all the way around. Hampton, the shortstop, keeping Kendall close at second. Again, he has great speed and scores on pretty much every base hit to the outfield in this spot. So a single from Stevens probably puts the Kettleers on top early in this game. No score last of the first. Kendall on second, and 1 away with a 1-2 count on Stevens. Gallen peers in for the sign. And now the right-hander comes set at the belt. Kendall leads off second. He looks that way. Now the 1-2 pitch. Curveball taken a little bit off the outside corner. It's 2-2. That ball might have bent around the outside corner. Didn't miss by a whole lot, but Tom Major didn't give that outside corner, or a little off the outside corner, to Gallen. So 2-2 on Stevens. Gallen comes set. Looks at second. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. And Stevens down looking 2 away. And he did not think that was a strike. But it doesn't matter what he thinks. Home plate umpire Tom Major did. First strikeout for Gallen. And now it's up to Klein with 2 men away to try and bring Kendall home from second. Klein originally batting 7th today, but with the injury to Berry, moved up to the 4th spot. Hitting a .278, a home run and 10 RBIs. Hasn't started in a couple of games since Friday. Gallen set, deals to the righty. Fastball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Went 1 for 4 in that start on Friday. Didn't appear in Saturday's game. And then pinch hit in the 8th inning on Sunday. Had an RBI single in the Kettleers' 5-3 win over Wareham. Ahead 1-0. Gallant set, looks at second. Kendall runs and he's picked off. Throw to third, the tag applied by short, and they got him. 1-5 on the caught stealing of Kendall, and that ends the first inning. And Kendall breaks one of baseball's running rules, never make the first or third out at third. In the inning, no runs, no hits, a walk, and nobody left. We go to the second, no score on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Celebrate history and build for the future, brick by brick. That's the slogan for the Cotuit Kettleers engraved brick fundraiser. The bricks we engrave for you will replace the blank bricks in the plaza area behind home plate. Cheer on the Kettleers, honor that special someone, celebrate a life event, or recognize your business. These are only a few examples of what you might want on your engraved brick. To get started, visit the Kettleers website at www.kettleers.org or stop by the tables under the red tents at all Kettleer home games.
Second inning here at Lowell Park. No score between the Kettleers and the Anglers. Alongside Axel Bawada, I'm Dan Silverman. Thank you for joining us. And Axel, not sure why Jaron Kendall would run in that situation. He was caught stealing third 1-5 to end the first inning. And with Jack Klein at the plate, it's a situation where you want Klein to have his hacks to try and bring home the run. But instead, Kendall caught stealing to end the inning. We go to the second, no score. Aaron Barnett, the left-hand batting catcher, leads off for the Anglers. Against the righty Matt Milburn, who kicks and fires home. A breaking ball that's lined up the middle. It'll fall in front of Kendall on one hop. A base hit into center field.
And a not-so-great pitch by Matt Milburn again. That's the second pitch so far in this ball game that he's thrown pretty much down the middle of the ball, made to pay this time by Barnett.
Started with the first pitch, curveball on Barnett. And it didn't work out. Left it about belt high and down the middle, like you said. Not a good starting pitch for Milburn, who will now work from the stretch for the first time today after a 1-2-3 first inning. With the DH Luke Persico, a right-hand batter, coming up. Milburn set, deals home. A fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. It's 0-1 on Persico. Persico batting .250 on the year. 3 home runs to lead the team. And 11 runs batted in. Middle infield at double play depth. Third baseman Weiss plays in on the grass. Spin throw to first and diving back safely is Barnett. Not a big threat to run. He's only attempted 1 steal this year. He was successful. Being held on by Cantu, who's a natural catcher, but playing first base with Barry injured. Here's Milburn's 0-1. Taken downstairs a fastball. It's 1-1 on Luke Persico, with Nate Mondu waiting on deck in the second for the visiting Anglers. Coach Roberts moves Kendall over from right center to about 2 or 3 steps over towards left center. On the left side of second base from our vantage point. The 1-1, swing and a foul in the box. Hit it off his leg. It's 1-2 on Persico. Stevens in left and Klein in right pretty much straight away. And Kendall just a couple of steps towards the pull side of second. Milburn struck out 1 man in the first. Ahead of Persico 1-2 here in the second, with Barnett on first, nobody out in a scoreless tie. A big game for the Kettleers and for Chatham as well. We'll explain why. There's the 1-2. Swinging a line drive into left field. That's down for a base hit and towards the corner. Stevens tries to cut it off. He can't. It goes to the fence. Being held up at third is Barnett. In at second with a double is Persico. And the Anglers have man on second and third and nobody out.
And in a 1-2 count there, Milburn going inside, but Persico swinging, getting the barrel of the bat in front of the plate before the ball crossed, and there pulling it. And a really good double. And now runners on second and third for Nate Mondu, who has struggled against the Kettleers, just 1 for 7 in 2 games played, but still a situation you don't want to be in this early in the ball game.
And it looked like Milburn left that ball a little bit too far out over the plate. On a 1-2 count, tried to get it in on Persico, who did a nice job of turning on that pitch. Not a terrible spot, but probably a bit further towards the middle than he wanted. Now the infield comes in for Mondu, a left-hand batter, hitting .223, no homers and 5 RBIs. No score, top 2, but Barnett on third, Persico on second, no one out. Milburn deals, taken on the outside corner, a slider for a called strike. It's 0-1 on Mondu. Zach Short waiting on deck, but first a big at-bat here for Milburn. The righty peers in for the sign. Twirls the ball in his right hand and comes set. Here's the 0-1. Missed the outside corner, a slider. It's 1-1 on Nate Mondu. Not much wind this afternoon, so at this point doesn't look like that'll play a big factor. Milburn in this case would love a ground ball right at one of his infielders, a strikeout or a pop-up. The 1-1, swinging a line drive towards left center field. Stevens chasing back, he won't get there. That one's up against the fence for extra bases. 2-run score, going towards third is Mondu. The relay throw from Paez is not in time. It's a 2-run triple for Nate Mondu, and the Anglers have a 2-0 lead.
And Dan, it seemed like that ball hung in the air for such a long time, but it just kept traveling closer and closer to that fence in left center, and Nate Mondu on his horse with a good triple, and already now Chatham with a 2-0 lead.
Well, not the start that Milburn was hoping for. Coach Roberts out to the mound to talk things over with his righty. And looks like the infield was about to stay in with Mondu on third, nobody out. Already 2 runs home in the inning for the Anglers on 3 hits. And looked like all 3 of them just mistake pitches from Milburn. That ball again had a lot of plate. Looked like a breaking ball. And that ball really carried to the opposite field. A good piece of hitting by Mondu. He showed off some strength right there. First triple of the year for Mondu. RBIs number 6 and 7. And now Tom Major will walk out to the mound to break up the meeting between Roberts, Milburn, and everybody else in the Kettleers infield. Well, for Milburn, it's kind of been a back and forth, rocky affair type thing for his starts. He's been inconsistent. His first appearance, no earned runs. Next appearance, 3 earned runs. Next one, 0. After that, 3. And then his last start a week ago, no earned runs against Bourne. So if that trend continues, he's due to give up 1 more earned run today. But he'd love to keep it at 2. With Mondu on third, nobody out in the second, already 2 runs home. It's 2-0 Chatham, and Zach Short the batter.
It just seems that he's just missing his spots. He's a pitcher that's not going to blow you away with incredible stuff. His fastball's only about 86 miles an hour, so he really needs to locate. Not doing so far today.
First pitch skips away from Haney. Mondu runs down the line to score on the wild pitch, and the Anglers have a 3-0 lead. Well, Will Haney usually pound at balls in the dirt, but nothing he could have done about that one. On his backhand side and nowhere close. And 3-0 Chatham. The infield moves back now with the bases empty. But not a good second inning for Milburn, and still nobody out. 1-0 on Short, who leads the Anglers with 16 RBIs. Hitting just 192, however. Here's the righty's 1-0. Upstairs. Nope, it's in for a high strike. A late strike call from Tom Major. It's 1-1. Threw me off there. So Milburn and fires home. Breaking ball. Missed down and away. It's 2-1.
And Short, just like you said, Dan, a batting average of 192, but he hit a home run against the Kettleers. That was in that 4-1 win against the Kettleers at Lowell Park.
2-1. Fastball missed downstairs. It's 3-1. He has 2 homers on the year. One of them here over a month ago. And a good hitters count now 3-1. Nobody out in the second. 3-0 Chatham. Milburn deals a fastball not even close down and away, ball 4. And short doesn't realize it yet. Asks Major, yes, it is ball 4. And he trots down to first base about 10 seconds after that pitch missed home plate.
And now the first 4 batters of this inning all reach base safely. A single, a double, a triple, and now a walked batter.
And Milburn once again will pitch from the stretch. The left-hand batting center fielder Aaron Knapp coming up. No action yet in the bullpen for the Kettleers, but at this rate, that might change pretty soon. Weiss plays in at third. Cantu holds on the runner short at first. Middle infield at double play depth. And Milburn could really use a ground ball. The righty kicks and fires a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1 on Aaron Knapp. Knapp from California, hitting .245 on the summer. No home runs and 9 runs driven in. He's found ways on base, though. Leads the team. He's been hit by pitches 4 times. Milburn throws to first. And short dives back safely. No tag attempted by Cantu. Kendall shaded towards the opposite field. In left center like he was earlier. But with the lefty Knapp. That's to the opposite field. And Stevens in and towards the line. The pitch is hit high in the air down the left field line and shallow. Coming on is Stevens. He slides. Did he make the catch? No. But it's a foul ball. Well, a long run in and towards the line for Stevens, who was shaded that way. But still not an easy play. He slid the play, but wasn't able to come up with it. But fortunately for Stevens, Milburn, and Cotuit, it landed a harmless foul ball.
That was identical to a couple nights ago when Stevens was able to slide and make a catch in foul territory. And that ball, at least from this vantage point, didn't seem to miss by much. So definitely the Kettleers catching a break.
So 0-2 the count on Knapp. Didn't miss a loop single and maybe even a double depending on where short wound up by much. But behind 0-2. Milburn sent first, spin throws to first. And short dove back in safely. That was a pretty close play, but Cantu just took a while to get the tag down. And we've talked about not having Barry at first. Cantu, a very inexperienced first baseman. With somebody more experienced, maybe you get an out on that play. Now, I'm not saying it's definitive, but that would have been a pretty close play. But Cantu's delay made it a pretty easy, safe call. 0-2. Milburn fires home, a pitch out. Haney throws back down to first, and the tag not in time. Short dove back safely. That throw on the foul side of first base, so can't do it to catch it, spin around, and drop the tag. And by the time he did, Short was able to get back there. He leads the... Sorry. That's Knapp who leads the team in steals. Short, good speed, though, at first. The 1-2. Curveball missed downstairs. He checked his swing. It's 2-2. Short just 2 for 3. But Milburn keeping a very close eye on him. 3 runs home this inning for Chatham. It's 3-0 in the second. Still nobody out. Short on first after a walk. And a 2-2 count on Knapp. Milburn sent. The righty fires. Line towards Short. Paez, base hit, left center field. Heading towards third is Short. The throw goes into second. Caught by Gay. And the Anglers have runners on first and third. And still nobody out.
And Milburn missed again there. Haney was framing the lower corner of the zone. Another pitch down the middle of the plate for Aaron Knapp. Easy to take opposite field.
That's 4 hits in the inning for the Anglers. Also a walk. 3 runs in. The shortstop and 9-batter Garrett Hampson coming up. And more trouble for Milburn as Bernardo Flores trots down to the bullpen for Cotuit. He'll start to warm up, so we'll see how much longer Milburn can go. Could be a matter of how many more outs can he get. Has not had one yet in the second. First pitch to Hampson is lined in right center field. That one's trouble. That one gets down for a base hit and bounces up against the fence. Short scores. Knapp is right behind him. Going for third is Hampson. The relay throw will not be made by Gay. He slides in safely with a 2-run triple, and it's 5-0 Chatham. Safe to say, Axel, Matt Milburn just does not have it right now.
That's the second triple he's given up this inning. That's the 5th hit he's given up. He's just missing his spots right there. Let another one too much across the plate, and for Garrett Hampson, another hit opposite field.
Well, as a team, Chatham had one entire season coming into this inning. Now 2. One for Mondu and one for Hampson, and the infield in once again for Trenton Brooks. 5-0 Chatham, no one out in the second. Milburn deals a foul back to the screen, another curveball, and that was up in the zone again. It's 0-1. 5 hits and a walk this inning. A couple of singles, a double, and 2 triples. And still nobody out. Brooks, the leadoff man, is 0 for 1. He flew out to center to start the ball game. Infield in all the way around. Milburn kicks and fires. Curveball taken low. It's 1-1 on Brooks. Well, for the Kettleers, they've won 2 straight entering this game. Milburn looked good in the first inning, retired the Anglers 1-2-3, but really struggling in the second. Peers in for the sign, and the right-hander comes set. Looks at third and fires home. Check swing, a curve in the dirt, blocked by Haney. Brooks didn't swing. It's 2-1.
And you alluded to it also. This is still a big game for Chatham, even though it's a East Division team playing a West Division team. They're 18-15. That's tied for second in the East. They are currently on a 2-game losing streak, and they're trying to solidify that second place spot. And up 5-0 here in the top of the second, they're really making a statement.
Milburn comes set, deals a 2-1 home. Shot back to the mound. Milburn looks to third, throws to first for the out, and Hampson stays at third. A big first out for Matt Milburn. Well, he needed that one. And Hampson still on third, 1 away, and Jake Fraley, the left fielder, coming up. And looking back at the standings in the East, Chatham tied with Brewster with 36 points for second place. Wyatty just a game behind in fourth, and then a drop off to Harwich in last. But the difference between second, third, and fourth is huge, especially with Orleans in that division. First pitch to Fraley, a fastball missed the outside corner, 1-0. Infield stays in for Cotuit with Hampson on third, 1 away. 5-0 Chatham in the second. And they're in the midst of a 5-run inning. 5 hits and a walk. Milburn set, fires a 1-0. Popped high in the air behind short. Backing up is Weiss. Pye is there as well, and Weiss makes the catch. 2 men down, and again Hampson holds at third. That's another big out for Milburn. And he's 1 out away from, I don't know if I should say escaping this inning, but at least limiting the damage to an extent. There are 5 runs home. But Hampson was at third with nobody out after his triple. And a chopper back to the mound and a pop out. And Will Craig, the batter, Hampson still on third. Milburn fires home, a curveball taken down the middle of strike. It's 0-1. Craig 0 for 1, struck out swinging his first time up. Has a lot of power. Hasn't homered yet this summer. But here's the 0-1. A curveball missed up and in 1-1. He will participate in the home run hitting contest during next week's All-Star Game festivities. That'll be on Saturday at Spillane Field in Wareham. Gates open at 2. The game is at 6 with the home run contest beforehand. Milburn comes set, righty on righty, and deals a 1-1. Swinging a ground ball to third and off the glove of Weiss, and it kicks into left field, a base hit. Actually, probably will be an error on Weiss. It's 6-0 as Hampson scores. And it is an error on Brody Weiss. Well, Tim Cisnero was going to start at third. He was taken an hour before the game, and Weiss comes in and makes an error, his 5th of the year. And looked like Milburn pitched his way out of the inning, and his defense can't help him out. And that's nothing new either for the Kettleers. Infield defense has been a problem all year.
And for Weiss, that's his 5th error. He's been a bit questionable in the infield, and we've seen that right there.
Aaron Barnett takes a fastball inside 1-0. Barnett led off this inning with a single, came around to score. And the Anglers have bat around. 6-0 in the second. Craig leads off first. Cantu holds him. The 1-0. Missed downstairs a fastball. It's 2-0. Well, Milburn thought he was through this inning. Had a ground ball to third off the bat of Craig with 2 away. But Brody Weiss it. That E5 kept the inning going. Also brought home the 6th run in Hampson. The pitch. Missed up and away. A curveball. It's 2-0. Well, Flores continuing to throw in the bullpen for Cotuit. So this will probably be the last inning, I would guess, for Milburn, regardless of what happens from here on out. He might not even make it through the inning. The 2-0, taken down the middle of fastball for a strike. It's 2-1. Milburn comes set and fires home. Taken high, that's actually ball 4. And Barnett draws the walk. Must have missed a ball somewhere along there. And the inning continues. And Luke Persigo coming up. He'll be the 11th man to bat here in the second. And for a Kettleers team that has struggled at the plate all year long, this is a big, big hole early on, especially against a good pitcher in Gallant. Persigo doubled and came around to score on the Mondu triple. Right-hand batter, first and second, 2 outs. Milburn deals a fastball taken low, 1-0. Craig on second, Barnett at first, 2 away, 6 runs home in the inning. 5 hits, a walk, and an error. Milburn looks at second and now fires. Swing and a miss. A good changeup. It's 1-1 on Persico. Flores, the lefty, still throwing in the pen. Nate Mondu, a lefty, is due up next. So maybe that'll be where he comes in, regardless if Persico is the last out of the inning or not. The count even 1-1. Milburn deals a curveball that missed up and in, 2-1. This has been a long inning for Milburn. The right-hander peers in, facing his 11th batter. And 6 runs home already. The righty deals at 2-1. Take in off the inside corner and off speed. 3-1. And things not getting any easier for the right-hander. The Brody Weiss error prolonged the inning and brought home the 6th run. Could have ended the inning there, but now Milburn has to find a 3rd out. The 3-1, swinging a chopper over the mound. To his right is Gay. It tips off the glove of Pop and into shallow center. Coming home to score is Craig, and it's 7-0. Chatham continues to tack on runs. And that's going to be all for Milburn. Coach Roberts out to the mound. Looking at that play, Spencer, it looked like he had it. And then all of a sudden pulled his glove back, and Pius, with a tougher play, couldn't reach it. It tipped off of his glove and carried into shallow center. That allowed Craig to score. So 1 error this inning, and another very suspect defensive play, and Matt Milburn's day ends after just an inning and 2/3. 7 runs so far on 6 hits and 2 walks. Earned, and Bernardo Flores comes on with men on first and second, 2 outs in the second, 7-0 Chatham. We'll be back to Lowell Park after this on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. back to Lowell Park, top of the second. Matt Milburn's day is done after an inning and 2/3. And he did not have it. 6 hits, 2 walks, just 1 strikeout, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, through 49 pitches. And Bernardo Flores replaces him, down 7-0. And Barnett on second, Persico on first, 2 men away. Nate Mondu lefty bats. Flores deals a fastball off the outside corner. It's 1-0. Mondu hitting for the second time this inning. Hit a 2-run triple to the fence in left center field. That scored the first 2 runs of the inning. He then scored on a wild pitch. Takes a fastball down and away. It's 2-0. And Flores hoping to stop the bleeding here, but he hasn't had a great summer so far. Has an 11.17 ERA, making his 6th appearance. He's gone 9 2/3 innings so far, 18 hits. A 2-0. Fastball paints the outside corner for a called strike. It's 2-1 on Mondu. Weiss at third, playing in and well off the line. His error prolonged this inning. Already 2 unearned runs because of that, and counting. Flores fires home. Fastball way upstairs. It's 3-1 on Mondu, with Zach Short waiting on deck. Mondu is the 12th man to hit this inning. It has not been a good second inning for Cotuit. Flores set, fires a 3-1. Way upstairs, a fastball, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And Zach Short coming up for Chatham.
16, Zach Short.
Well, this isn't anything new for Flores. Struggle. 11.17, that's by far the highest ERA on the team. That's now 5 walks in 9 2/3. 18 hits, though. And 13 runs, 12 earned. From the full windup now with the bases full. The right-hander Short steps in, walked his first time. Flores fires a curveball taken on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, 1 error this inning, and also a questionable play by Spencer Gay on that last ground ball hit up the middle for Persico that knocked out Milburn. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Flores. Fastball missed downstairs, 1-1. It was a high chopper over the mound. Gay, the second baseman running to his right, tried to grab it. Pius, the shortstop, to his left. And for whatever reason, once Gay crossed second base to the shortstop side, pulled up. And looked like had he kept going, he was about a step away and from reaching his glove up and making that play. And once he crossed over, he stopped. And Pius, who had a longer run, couldn't get there. It tipped off his glove into center for a hit. 1-1. Flores deals home. Missed upstairs. A changeup. It's 2-1 on Zach Short, the 13th batter of the inning for Chatham. Weiss plays in at third with the bases full, 2 down. The 2-1. Swing and a foul in the box. It's 2-2 on the third baseman, Zach Short.
I'm thinking what Spencer's thought process was on that when he pulled the glove up and decided to let that ball go by him when he was just a step or 2 away was, even though Pius had more ground to cover, maybe since he was running toward the direction of first base, it would have been an easier throw. Perhaps.
Also, maybe once he crossed second, thought Pius had an easier play. Not sure. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a curveball, and the inning finally comes to an end. But Chatham sends 13 men to the plate. They score 7 runs on 3 walks, 1 error, and they leave the bases loaded. Middle of the second, it's the Anglers 7 and the Kettleers 0 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Do you know what that sound is? That's your new digital marketing department. And that'll be your new web designer. And that's Haibu, where these experts are joined by many more, from web designers to search marketing specialists, who work hard to get your business noticed online and on mobile. Best of all, Haibu can do it all for you, or give you the tools to do it yourself. To find out more, go to haibu.com. That's HIBU.com. Or call 855-464-HIBU. Oh, that'll be your next new customer. Haibu, made for business.
7-0 Chatham, last of the second inning here at Lowell Park. And now it's time for some runs. The Kettleers need them, and that has not been easy for them this season. They are 9th in the league, scoring a little bit over 3 runs per game. 4-5-6-2 up against the right-hander Zach Gallen, who has not been on the mound for more than half an hour. Jack Klein leads off. The righty fires to the righty, swinging a chopper up the third baseline. Close fires to first in time, 1 away. And that ball took a weird hop at the end. Short reached out to his left to grab it. And in one motion through to get Klein. So 1 pitch and 1 out in the second inning.
And the pressure's definitely going to be on these Kettleers hitters to manufacture some hits, score some runs. You saw there Jack Klein swinging at a first pitch. They have to be careful, though. They don't want to start rushing it too ahead of themselves.
Spencer Gay bats. First pitch, fastball missed upstairs, 1-0 on the right-hand batter.
But this certainly is a tall ask. A couple nights ago, they were trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth and were able to come back, but this is a much bigger deficit now.
Gay pops one high in the air behind second. It's the second baseman Mandu making the catch and 2 away. And Nkosi Jehudimis coming up for Cotuit.
And even on that pitch right there, that was a pitch that was pretty high, and Spencer Gay swung at it and ended up popping it up, and that ball stayed in the infield. Those are 2 really quick outs that the Kettleers really can't afford to be giving like that. Those were easy outs for the Anglers.
So 2 up and 2 down. And Jehuda missed the batter, went 1 for 2 on Sunday. Gallen deals a swing and a miss at a fastball. It's 0-1. Went 1 for 2 with a run scored, a walk, also struck. A 5-3 win for Cotuit over Wareham. The 0-1 from Gallen. Curveball hits the outside corner, a called strike. It's quickly 0-2. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom 2. 7-0. A 7-run out. Matt Milburn sent 13 men to the plate. Here's Gallen's 0-2. Swinging a broken back ground ball to short. To his left is Hampson, throws to first in time. Side retired. So the Kettleers respond by going down in order. And at the end of 2, it's Chatham 7 and Cotuit 0 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
The Kettleers and Cotuit Athletic Association welcome Spencer Hallett Plumbing and Heating as a premium sponsor and member of the exclusive Kettleers Club in 2015. This family-owned business has been providing heating and plumbing services to businesses and homeowners on Cape Cod for over 100 years. It's what you'd call local, as Spencer is a 4th-generation member of the business and 12th-generation Cape Codder. If you're looking for quality plumbing and heating work, call Spencer Hallett at 508-428-6080 or visit their website at hallettplumbing.com.
Third inning at Lowell Park, and the Anglers lead the Kettleers 7-0. 8-9-1 due up for Chatham. Aaron Knapp, Garrett Hampson, and Trenton Brooks against the left-hander from USC, Bernardo Flores. Knapp is 1 for 1, singled and scored in the 7-run second when 13 men came to the plate for the Anglers. They knocked out Matt Milburn after an inning and 2/3. Milburn simply did not have it today. Flores, the lefty, from the full windup. Hickson fires to the lefty. Knapp, a fastball taken right down the middle for a called strike. It's 0-1. Defensively for Cotuit, Sage Jenko is now in the game in right field, replacing Jack Klein. Flores peers into Haney for the sign. Now fires home an 0-1. A curveball way upstairs. Haney had to leap up for it. If he's anything short of 6'5", That ball probably sails to the backstop. So we don't know why. Gent goes in for Klein. Klein has been battling a foot injury of late, so hopefully he's okay. Flores deals a fastball in the dirt, 2-1 on Aaron Knapp. Brody Weiss at third playing in, the rest of the infield back. It was Weiss's fielding error that prolonged the second inning. The last 2 runs scored were unearned because of it. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Flores. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike. It's 2-2 on the center fielder. Knapp steps out, kicks the bat with his toes a couple of times, and now steps back in, a lefty with a slightly open stance. Flores into his windup. Here's the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, a curveball, full count. Between Flores and Milburn, the Kettleers gave up 6 hits in the second, walked 3 batters. 7 runs scored. Helped out by the fielding error by Weiss, but the pitching just wasn't there. Here's the payoff pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to left. Drifting to his left and back a few steps is Stevens, and he makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down in the third. So a good start for Flores, who would love a 1-2-3 inning after what happened in the second. And that'll bring up the number 9 batter, Garrett Hampson, the shortstop. Hampson 1 for 1. Lined a 2-run triple to the fence in right center. Part of, once again, that 7-run second inning. The first 5 runs scored all with nobody out. Flores kicks and fires to the righty. A fastball way upstairs, and Haney had to leap up to get it. It's 1-0. Well, the accuracy not there for Flores. He walked a batter in the second and has almost thrown 2 to the backstop here in the third. Here's the left-hander's 1-0 pitch. Fastball a little bit off the outside corner. It's 2-0 on Hampson. 7 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Chatham. No runs, no hits, 1 error for Cotuit. We're in the top of the third. 1 out, nobody on. And a 2-0 count on Garrett Hampson. Right-hand batter, Flores kicks and fires. A fastball down and in, it's 3-0. And 2 of the pitches of the 3, not even close to the strike zone. Shadows beginning to creep in from the left field foul line. Brody Weiss at third, the only player covered in shadows right now. Here's Flores, ball 4, and Hampson walks on 4 pitches. That's now 2 walks for Flores, 4 walks for Kettleers pitching. And Trenton Brooks, the leadoff man, will bat for the 3rd time as we play. And if you're an opposing team, that's never something that you want to hear. Brooks is 0 for 2, however. He's flat out to center and grounded out back to the mound. One of 2 players, actually one of 3, is 0 for 2. First pitch, fastball taken down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Ironically, it's Brooks, Fraley, and Craig, the 1-2-3 hitters, who were all 0 for 2. Everybody else has reached base at least once. Flores from the stretch, fires home, ball off, can't do. He's 3 for 3, trying to steal bases this year. Flores set and throws over. In the dirt, blocked by Cantu. And back standing is Hampson. Well, the Kettleers have already had 1 first baseman hurt today. That was Brendan Berry in pregame warm-ups. Got hit with a ball that took a weird hop in the face. Don't know any more about his condition, but hopefully the best. 1-1. Flores deals home. Swing and a foul tip off of Will Haney's glove. It's 1-2. Came at him with a high fastball, and Brooks could barely catch up to it, only able to tip it. So 1-2 on Brooks, looking to avoid going 0 for 3 in the first 3 innings of this game. Readjusts his batting gloves. Kicks into the back of the lefty box, and now steps in after adjusting his helmet. Flores dangles his left arm as the lefty comes 1-2 on Brooks. Flores deals, swing and a foul back over the screen into the parking lot. It's still 1-2 on Trenton Brooks. Middle infield at double play depth. That's Paez at short and Gay at second. Cantu, the first baseman, holds on Hampson. Weiss playing about even with the bag at third, and well off the line against the lefty. Flores peers in for the side. Has his pinstripe pants rolled up knee-high with maroon socks. Looks at first. And now the 1-2 pitch. Curveball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. And Brooks 3. He's down looking for out number 2 in the 3rd inning. Well, he thought that pitch was outside, but Tom Major, the home plate umpire, thought otherwise. That's now 2 strikeouts for Flores. And the left fielder Jake Fraley coming up with 2 outs. Hampson on first in the 3rd. 7-0 Chatham. Fraley 0 for 2. He's hit it in the air twice. First to throw to first, and Hampson back standing. Fraley, a lefty, flew out to center his first time up. Popped out to 3rd, his last. Left-hand batter with an open stance waits in the box. Flores deals home, a fastball up and away. It's 1-0. And Will Haney motions for Flores to just settle down a little bit. That's 4 pitches, I think, that he's almost thrown over the head of Haney. And that's saying something. Will Haney is 6'5". Flores comes set, looks at first. Now fires home a 1-0. Fastball up the knees, a called strike. It's 1-1 on Jake Fraley. Fraley, an outfielder from LSU, hoping to get on base for the first time today. If he does, Will Craig, the first baseman, would bat next. 1 run, runner goes, pitch is swung on and missed. Haney bobbles the transfer, and safe at second with his 4th steal of the year is Garrett Hampson. Well, Haney thought he had a good shot at getting the runner, but on the transfer from his glove to his throwing hand behind home plate, he bobbled it. And once he did that, never had a chance. So Hampson in at second. A 1-2 count on Fraley. 7-0 Chatham with 2 outs in the 3rd. And now time called to the plate. Nice sized crowd today here at Lowell Park. The Kettleers average over 1,000 fans per game. 1,072, that's 3rd in the league. Flores sent the 1-2 pitch. Curveball just missed the outside corner. And Flores started to take a couple of steps off the mound towards the dugout. He thought he had Fraley looking. And that might have been more of a strike than the called 3rd strike to Trenton Brooks a batter ago. So perhaps a makeup call of some sort. 2-2 now on the lefty. Flores sent and fires home. Swing and a ground ball to second. Spencer Gay waits on it and has it, throws to first in time, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 left. Middle of the 3rd is Chatham 7 and Cotuit 0 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Chatham Bars Inn Resort and Spa, a time you'll always remember, a place you'll never forget. A proud member of leading hotels of the world.
Seven 0 Chatham, last of the 3rd at Lowell Park. The Kettleers looking for their first hit off the righty Zach Gallen. And will send up 7, 8, and 9. Michael Cantu, Will Haney, and Brody Weiss. 3 right-hand batters against the righty Gallen, who plays for North Carolina in the regular season. UNC, where Kettleers coach Mike Roberts coached for 20 years before coming here. And Gallen is doing well. The righty deals a fastball taken down the middle of the strike on Cantu. It's 0-1. Cantu forced into playing first base today. Wasn't in the original lineup, but Brendan Berry was hurt pregame, and he's starting. The 0-1. Breaking ball taken down the middle again for a strike. It's 0-2. Cantu, with just his 8th plate appearance of the year. He's 0 for 6 with a walk. He's struck out 4 times. Gallen kicks and fires an 0-2. In the dirt, a curveball that skips away from Barnett. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the big right-hand batter from Texas. Cantu, really a catcher. But with Will Haney starting behind the plate, and Haney's on deck here in the 3rd, he was forced into playing first base and whatever it takes to get into the lineup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Down and away with a slider. It's 2-2 on the right-hand batter. Well, the Kettleers need runs, and they need them any way they can get them. Down 7-0 in the 3rd. Still plenty of time, but it won't be easy against a good pitcher in Gallen, who deals a 2-2. Swing and a ground ball foul past 3rd. Goes by the bullpen down the left field line, and Coach Roberts very skillfully just walked around it. That's typical of him. Usually wants nothing to do with those foul balls, and no different. 2-2 on Cantu, leading off the last of the 3rd. Gallen throws home, swing and a high fly ball to left center field. Ranging back are Fraley and Knapp, and it's Knapp who makes the catch a few feet in front of the fence. 1 away. Well, Cantu gave that one a pretty good ride. Got under it a little bit, though, and might have had it hit off the end of the bat. So he just missed it. 1 away. And Will Haney coming up. Haney hitting just 141 on the year. He's team high with 4 homers and has 10 RBIs. But the month of July has not been friendly to him. Just 3 for 32. That's an .094 average. First pitch to the righty. Off the outside corner, a cutter. It's 1-0. And of those 32 at-bats, 19 strikeouts for Haney. Here's the 1-0. Check swing, taken down the middle, a cutter again. It's 1-1 on the right-hand batting catcher from Alabama. On deck is Brody Weiss during the last of the 3rd inning. 7-0 Chatham. Gallen from the windup fires home. Fastball on the inside corner, a strike. It's 1-2. The one thing Haney has done better this month is walk. He's walked 9 times total on the year, 7 of them in the month of July. So that's a good sign, but not much else going his way. The 1-2, looped into shallow center. Drifting to his left is Knapp, and he makes the catch with one hand. 2 down in the 3rd. So back-to-back flyouts for Knapp, who's been busy. And the number 9 batter, Brody Weiss, steps in. Weiss playing 3rd base. Like Cantu, was not in the original starting lineup, but replaced Tim Cisnera with that late lineup change. And we know Brandon Berry was hurt. We're not sure why Cisnera was left out of the lineup by Roberts. Gallen deals to the righty. A fastball lined into center, waiting on it is Knapp. He makes the catch. Side retired. Well, 3 flyouts in the inning, all to Knapp in center, as the Kettleers go down 1-2-3. On to the 4th at Lowell Park. It's 7-0 Chatham on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Celebrate history and build for the future, brick by brick. That's the slogan for the Cotuit Kettleers engraved brick fundraiser. The bricks we engrave for you will replace the blank bricks in the plaza area behind home plate. Cheer on the Kettleers, honor that special someone, celebrate a life event, or recognize your business. These are only a few examples of what you might want on your engraved brick. To get started, visit the Kettleers website at www.kettleers.org or stop by the tables under the red tents at all Kettleer home games.
It's the top of the 4th inning. The Kettleers trail the Chatham Anglers 7-0. Bernardo Flores back out for his second full inning of work. He's going to face the heart of the order, the 3-4-5 hitters, Will Craig, Aaron Barnett, and Luke Persico. First pitch to Will Craig is a fastball, called for a strike on the outside corner. It's no balls, 1 strike to the first baseman from Wake Forest. Bernardo Flores, the lefty, deals the pitch. It is a curveball that hangs up in the air, up and away. It evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's working out of the windup. Delivers the 1-1. Missed with the changeup upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Third inning for the Kettleers. Went a lot better than the second did, as that ball is hit opposite field foul by Will Craig. After giving up 7 runs on 6 hits and error, 3 walks in the second. The third inning was a bit more smooth sailing for the Kettleers. A walk, a stolen base, and a runner left stranded as that ball was fouled, this time pulled. Still 2-2. The Kettleers wearing their home whites with the maroon pinstripes and maroon socks. Chatham wearing their road blues with the gray pants. Here's the 2-2. It's a fastball, breaks in the dirt, or curveball, excuse me, and count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. He deals the payoff pitch, and it's fouled out of play. We'll redo the 3-2, and that was a good fight off by Craig. A breaking ball in the outside corner. He waited for it to cross the plate before swinging. Payoff pitch. Swung on up the middle of the infield. A base hit as it skips into center field. Leadoff hitter is on. That is Chatham's 8th hit of the ball game. The Kettleers have given up the most hits, or they've given up the 9th most hits in the Cape League with 234. Or excuse me, they have allowed the most hits, 298. 298 on the season to make that now. 306 hits given up on the season. Lefty Aaron Barnett up to the plate. First pitch missed off the outside corner. It's 1-0. Barnett had a big second inning. He went 1 for 1 and walked. So he had a base hit, scored a run. His average now this season is .255 as he swings at the 1-0, hit high into foul territory, chasing his Brody Weiss in foul ground, and with the backhand he makes the catch. And that's 1 away now in the top of the 4th. Wasn't an easy out for Brody Weiss at third base as the ball was carrying into foul territory along the left field line. He had to make that backhanded catch running out toward the wall. But that's been obvious so far this ball game. Outs have not come easily for the Kettleers. The batter now is Luke Persico. First pitch to the righty is a breaking ball, low and in, misses. It's 1-0. Runner on first is Will Craig. He led off the inning with a base hit up the middle of the infield. It's being held at first by Michael Cantu. As the lefty out of the set, deals the 1-0. Swing and a miss, got him with a curveball low and away. And that evens up the count. In that first inning, Luke Persico went, or that second inning, excuse me, he went 2 for 2. With an RBI and a run scored as he swings at that curveball, pops it up high out of play. Behind the Cotuit press box, it's 1-2 to the DH from UCLA. So already today, 2 for 2 against the Kettleers. He only played in one of the first 2 games that these 2 teams squared off against each other. And in that game, he went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Already eclipsing that 1-game performance. Flores deals the 1-2. Persico doesn't swing at it. Called third. Well, it's called a ball. Home plate umpire Tom Major really made a show of the hand signs. I thought he was punching out Luke Persico, but wasn't the case. It missed low and in. It's 2-2. As some fans out there in right field past the fence are throwing a football around. Timeout is called at the plate. Luke Persico granted that timeout. Long time between pitches, and he couldn't hold his concentration. Lefty pitcher versus batter. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Pius waits on it. Flips to second for one. Doesn't throw to first. Spencer Gay doesn't. So Luke Persico is safe on a fielder's choice, but that's 2 away now in the top of the 4th. And Luke Persico swung at a ball that was high and away. Was able to get the wood on it and drive it downward as it was chopping over to... Now he stepped in a couple steps, but then waited, retreated 1 step, took it, then underhand flipped it to Spencer Gay. I wonder if he had continuing charging down and grabbing it, he might have been able to turn that double play. Nate Mondu now up to the plate, swings at the first pitch, hits it opposite field, out of play. Mondu in the first inning went 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs, a run scored, and a walk. He had a triple, a 2 RBI triple, to plate the first 2 runs of this ball game. The 0-1 swung on right side of the infield, a base hit. That's his second of the ball game, the 3rd time he's reached base safely today. And he's had himself quite the day. In those first 2 games against the Kettleers, he went just 1 for 7, but he did have an RBI, and he scored 3 runs, and already being a thorn in the side of the Kettleers. So a good hit for Mondu, who got a ball inside, and he pulled it. And hits just keep on coming for the Anglers. The batter is now Zach Short. First pitch to Short is a curveball missed low and in. It's 1-0. Flores is the type of pitcher to give up a lot of hits. Coming to this ball game, 18 hits in 9 2/3 innings. And he's given up a few so far today already in relief of Matt Milburn. The 1-0 to Short, a curveball breaks in the dirt. It's 2 balls, no strikes. So it's 2 down in the top of the 4th. Runners on first and second. Luke Persico on second and Nate Mondu on first. Zach Short up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. 2-0 pitch to Short, swung on along the third base line. Waiting on it is Weiss, grabs it with the backhand, fires to first in time. So no runs are plated in this inning. On 2 hits and 2 batters are stranded. We're through 3.5 here, and the Chatham Anglers lead the Cotuit Kettleers 7-0 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Give the gift of life. Donating blood is an easy, quick, safe way to save a life. Blood collected at Cape Cod Healthcare Blood Drives stay on Cape Cod and is used to treat people. For information on upcoming blood drives, or if your organization is interested in sponsoring a blood drive, visit Cape Cod or call 508-862-5278. Cape Cod Healthcare. Expert physicians, quality hospitals, superior care.
Leadoff hitter now in the bottom of the 4th inning, the home half of the inning, Jaron Kendall, followed up by Mike Pius and then Brett Stevens. 3 innings. Zach Gallen has been pretty much untested. Only 1 base runner all day. That was Kendall, who drew a walk to lead off this ball game. And he got to second on a sac bunt by Mike Paez, but then was caught stealing, trying to steal third. Gallen deals the first pitch to Kendall. Fastball outside corner off of the plate. It's 1-0 to the speedy center fielder from Vanderbilt. He had an exceptional game a couple nights ago against Wareham. In that game, he had a triple that drove in 2 runs, and then Brett Stevens field little flare into left center. Kendall scored all the way from first. Excellent base running, but that wasn't the case in the first inning of this ball game. 1-0 to Kendall. Swung on, pulled foul along the first base line, and rolling all the way to the right field fence. It's 1-1. So in that first inning, he took a bunch of steps toward third base and then was caught in a rundown. Man on second making the final out of that inning. 1-1 to Kendall is a changeup that missed outside. It's 2-1. Coming into this game, Kendall hitting .297 on the season. And now with that caught stealing, he's 2 for 3 this season. Stolen base attempt. Swings at the 2-1, pops it up. It's in front of the Cotuit. Zach Short is there, and it goes past the fence into the grandstand. So out of play, and that evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kendall, a Vanderbilt Commodore, and the Kettleers really like those Vandy players. Last season there was a couple. Senior John Norwood and also former Kettleer Rhett Wiseman, who played in his second summer for the Kettleers. That was last year. 2-2 to Kendall, well inside. And Kendall dove out a bit as he got out of the way of that pitch. He pretty much dove out on his 2 hands over home plate. And the count now runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Zach Gallen now working a bit in this at-bat. Deals the payoff pitch, swung on, popped up. And that's a very high pop, but it'll go into right center, and getting under it and squeezing it is Aaron Knapp. That ball was hit about a mile high, and Knapp had plenty of time to go over and range and grab that ball, and that's the 4th straight flyout to Aaron Knapp, the center fielder. He is certainly getting a day's worth of baseball out there in center. Paez now the batter. First pitch to Paez, swung on, lifted high into left field. Moving toward the left center gap is Fraley, and he sets under it and squeezes it for another out. That's 2 now in the bottom of the 4th. 5 straight flyouts that Zach Gallen has been able to induce. And the first one of the last previous 4 that didn't go to center field to Aaron Knapp. So Brett Stevens now up to the plate. And yet another quick inning brewing for Zach Gallen, the right-hander from UNC. Facing off against Brett Stevens, he struck out looking in the first inning. First pitch, fastball outside corner, missed. Count is 1-0, and that was more of a tight breaking ball, 82 miles an hour. 1-0 to Stevens. This time a breaking ball skips across the home plate. Outside, it's 2-0. It's the left fielder from UCLA. Gallen deals the 2-0. Fastball missed off the outside corner. He falls behind, 3 balls, no strikes. And for Stevens, he is appearing in his 26th game of the season. Has only faced these Anglers once. He went 0 for 4 in that 1 ball game, as he takes a 3-1 fastball on the outside corner. Last night against Wareham, he went 1 for 3 with a walk, an RBI, and a run scored. 3-1 to Stevens. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball up and in. And this count now runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Gallen through 3 2/3 innings only has 1 strikeout. And now is 2 Stevens back in the first. It is now the 4th inning. Payoff pitch fouled back to the Cotuit parking lot. Almost hitting a car. Almost hitting a car's window, but missing. So full count payoff pitch. 3-2 count with 2 outs. The middle infielder's playing a bit back. Center fielder's playing normal depth. And Gallen out of the full windup, the 3-2. Fastball missed the outside corner barely. Brett Stevens on base now, and only the second base runner for the Kettleers in this ball game. Both have reached by the walk. Now Sage Janko up to the plate, going to have his first plate appearance. He came in defensively for Jack Klein, who started in right field. That was back in the third. Not exactly sure why Jack Klein was pulled from the ball game. He did miss a few games, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, due to injury. But it seemed like he was past that. First pitch to Janko, fastball, outside corner, missed a few inches off the plate. It's 1-0. Janko is facing off against the Anglers, at least for the Kettleers. He started off the season with Harwich. A couple nights ago against Wareham, Janko went 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 1-0 to Janko. Takes a fastball down the middle of the plate. It's 1-1. Janko, 5'10", 180 pounds, a speedy player, attends Virginia Tech. And at first is Brett Stevens. 1-1 to Janko is a breaking ball down and away in the dirt. Every player on this Kettleers team is a threat to run, but Stevens has not been great so far this season. 1 for 6 in stolen base attempts. That's after going 12 for 14 this past season for the UCLA Bruins. He's being held at first by Will Craig. 2-1 pitch to Janko, fastball below the knees. And the count is now 3-1. So after retiring the first two batters, Zach Gallen in a bit of trouble here. With a runner on first, he walked Brett Stevens on full count, and now he's behind 3-1 to Sage Janko. The Kettleers trailing 7-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Needing runs and needing runs quickly. They don't score many. They're last in the league in runs scored. 3-1 to Janko. Swung on, popped up, left side, foul territory. Running toward the fences, Zach Short. He makes the catch. So he makes that catch in foul territory, and that ends the inning. So the Kettleers unable to score a run on no hits, a walk, and leave a batter on first. We're through 4 full. They trail the Chatham Anglers 7-0 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Celebrating over a quarter century on Cape Cod, iHealth Services is proud to be a major sponsor of Cape Cod Baseball League again this year. Are you finding it difficult seeing the ball? Let us help you see all the game. Make an appointment at one of our 10 convenient locations on Cape Cod or the South Shore. iHealth Services, we are here for you.
Top of the 4th inning here at Lowell Park. The Kettleers trailing the Chatham Anglers 7-0. Aaron Knapp, the first batter, swinging at the first pitch. Grounded to Spencer Gay at second. He fires the first for the out, and an easy out for the Kettleers. They haven't had many of those this ball game. And for Bernardo, that's now 2 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 2 hits, 2 walks, and striking out 2. Maxa Boada on the call, alongside my partner Dan Silverman. And some defensive changes for the Kettleers. Tim Cisnero now doing the catching. Will Haney playing third base, and the shortstop is now Brody Weiss. First pitch to Garrett Hampson is a curveball, breaks at the knees, a called strike. So 0-1 to Garrett Hampson, who today is 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs, a walk, and a run scored. He is a pitch. So Will Haney now playing third, and Mike Pies is out of this ball game completely. 3-1 to Hampson, fastball outside, and Garrett Hampson now on base with a walk. He's been active. Seemingly this entire line active. Coincidentally, it's the 1, 2, 3 hitters who have been producing the least for this team. Trenton Brooks now up to the plate as he takes a fastball in the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. Brooks 0 for 3 today. One of just 2 hitters to not have a, one of 2 Chatham Anglers to not have a hit today. 0-1 to Brooks, a looping curveball missed off the outside corner. It's 1-1. A fastball that can hit 94, and then a curveball that can dip into the mid-60s. It's got him in trouble, though, when he leaves it hanging, though. 1-1 to Brooks as a fastball that is about at the knees. It's a 1-2 count. So to start up, when this ball game about 45 pitch, Brandon Berry was at first, Jack Klein was at in right field, and then Mike Pies was scheduled to play shortstop. And there's a lot of the turnover now. 1-2. Brooks, liner back to Gay, whips it to first, not in time, as Hampson is able to step back on the bag. So just this team looks totally different right now at 6:31 than it really looked at about 4:15. Jack Klein left this ball game after just 2 full. Not exactly sure why. And now Pies after 4 full out of this ball game. First pitch to Fraley. Chopped past Michael Cantu at first is now in right field. Rounding second and going to third is Garrett Hampson. Holding at first is Jake Fraley. He has a single, and there's runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
First baseman number 22, Will Craig from Wake Forest.
Oh, Jake Fraley now is 1 for 4. And that was a ball well inside that he pulled past Michael Cantu at first, who is a catcher by trade, really, playing first base because Brandon Berry was hurt prior to this ball game. Will Craig now up to the plate with runners on the corners. Bernardo Flores out of the set now. Deals the first pitch. Is a changeup that sails high and away. It's 1-0. Craig is 1 for 3. The run scored and also a strikeout. 1-0 is a pitch that missed up and away again as well. It's 2 balls, no strikes. A West Division versus East Division matchup here between the Kettleers and Anglers. The Anglers are 2-0 against the Kettleers this season. They'll play again in a couple days. 2-0 to Craig. Checks his swing on a curveball. And the home plate umpire says he actually went around, so it's 2-1. .633 here at Lowell Park, just through about an hour and a half. 2-1, a looping curveball, breaks across the plate and below the knees. And now Flores behind 3-1. That was a dangerous pitch. That was thrown down the middle of the plate, but broke across the middle of the plate. 3 and a run. Runner takes off, swing and a miss. And in with the easy steal. Second base is Jake Fraley as no throw was made with a runner on third. Second stolen base of the evening for the Anglers. And Will Craig now with that swing and a miss at a fastball high and away. Count is now full, 3-2. So Flores, the lefty, deals the payoff pitch. Hit out of play near the first base bleachers. Foul. In the on-deck circle is Aaron Barnett. He had a single and scored a run back in the second, also walked. At 3-2. Popped up high. That'll stay in the infield. Spencer Gay running toward first base. He's now in shallow right. He's being called off by Sejchenko, who makes the running catch. So in the top of the 5th inning, the Anglers scored no runs on a hit, a walk, and leave 2 runners stranded. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. The Kettleers trail the Anglers 7-0 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Learning at Curry College extends beyond the classroom and is embedded in all that they do. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers in active citizenship with a global perspective. Explore 22 undergraduate majors and over 65 minors and concentrations online at curry.edu.
The home half of the 5th inning. 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for the Kettleers. Spencer Gay will lead things off, and Zach Gallen back for his 5th inning of work through 4. He's been pretty much untested. Only 2 base runners have reached, and both of them have reached via the walk. Spencer Gay is 0 for 1 today. And the righty steps into the box facing the righty pitcher. Gallen has the glove near his head. First pitch to Gay, swing and foul tipped near the Cotuit dugout. It's 0-1. Spencer Gay has been the hottest hitter for the Kettleers in July. Coming into this ball game, he has an average of .291, hitting nearly .400 in the month of July. 0-1 to Gay is a breaking ball out strike. It's 0-2. In the on-deck circle is Nkosi Jehudimus. Batting third will be Michael Cantu. That's actually in the on-deck circle. That's Ross Grosvenor. 0-2 to Gay. Breaking ball hit to third baseman, who is Zach Short. Throws to first, and diving out is Will Craig, and he's out.
That was a heck of a play by Craig to stay on the base there.
Not a great throw by Zach Short, the third baseman. It took Will Craig off the bag and had his glove facing toward right field. He was on his stomach, and his jersey's dirty to get the out. So now Ross Grosvenor is in, a pinch hitter for Nkosi Jehudimus. First pitch to Grosvenor is a fastball below the knees. It's 1-0. Grosvenor, as a Kettleer, has reached base safely once. 1-0. Chopped high, stays in the infield. Grabbing it is Zach Short, the third baseman. Throws to first for the out. It's 5-3 on the ground out, and that's 2 away now, bottom of the 5th.
First baseman from Texas, 25, Mike Cantu.
So first two batters are retired in order and in just 4 pitches. That brings up Michael Cantu, the catcher playing first base today. And through 4 2/3 innings, only 2 base runners have reached via the walk. First pitch to Cantu, outside corner of fastball. No balls, 1 strike. He is 0 for 1 today. Flew out to Aaron Knapp in center. That was one of 4 consecutive flyouts to center field in the 3rd and 4th. Here's the 0-1, another curveball low and away in the dirt. Evens the count up. Michael Cantu, in 4 games played now, is 0 for 7 with a walk and 4 strikeouts. Gallen deals the 1-1. Pitches down and away again in the dirt. It's 2-1. The Anglers leading the Kettleers 7-0 behind 9 hits. Gallen deals the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 88 mile-an-hour pitch. And that evens the count 2-2. And for Chatham, they have some batters who have had 4 plate appearances. This is just Michael Cantu's 2nd plate appearance. 2-2 to the first baseman. Coulter strike, a pitch on the outside corner, so another 1-2-3 inning for Zach Gallen. We're through 5 full, and the Chatham Anglers lead the Kettleers 7-0 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Celebrate history and build for the future, brick by brick. That's the slogan for the Cotuit Kettleers engraved brick fundraiser. The bricks we engrave for you will replace the blank bricks in the plaza area behind home plate. Cheer on the Kettleers, honor that special someone, celebrate a life event, or recognize your business. These are only a few examples of what you might want on your engraved brick. To get started, visit the Kettleers website at www.kettleers.org or stop by the tables under the red tents at all Kettleer home games.
Top 6th, Mitch Stallings now going to pitch for the Kettleers. He's facing the 4-5-6 hitters for the Anglers as they look to have a 0 lead. And I'm here joined in the booth by Kettleers pitchers Nick Eichholz and Duncan Robinson. How are you guys doing?
Hello, hello.
Doing well.
That is good to hear. As Mitch Stallings is in on this game, he is making his 8th appearance of the ball game. And Aaron Barnett coming up to the plate. So you guys, one thing that we've been doing here in the booth the last few times, Duncan, you haven't been in here in quite a while.
Have not.
So we like to do some trivia here.
Oh boy.
Some trivia. I'll get to that in just a second. First pitch to Barnett. Popped up, flared into shallow left. Stevens running in and making the catch. And that's one away now in the top of the 6th. All right, you guys, so trivia's been pretty good lately. I've been thinking of some good questions, but now it was a struggle today. I'm not going to lie, before this game, thinking of some.
Start me off with a softball question.
A softball question. Okay. All right, let me... Okay, maybe this is the first team that Babe Ruth played for.
Red Sox.
No, sir.
Yankees?
No, sir.
Jeez. It kind of goes beyond my knowledge of Babe Ruth. Red Sox, Yankees.
It was the Orioles, Baltimore Orioles.
That's a lie.
Swear on it, man. Trying to think of softball question. I don't know. It depends, because some guys that we've had have had pretty good knowledge. Like you've been pretty good now. Jonathan King, on the other hand, if it's anything before like 2000, he just doesn't know it. So,
really?
Yeah.
Some people are uncultured with the past.
You weren't in here the other day, Duncan, but I pretty much got like 5 of 5, right?
Do you remember any of those questions?
I do not, no.
1 and 2 is fouled back by Luke Persico.
Duncan's a little bit out of it today. He
had to get some stitches before the game.
How come? What happened?
He went to the ocean and one of the great white sharks came on and bit him in the leg and almost took his leg off, actually. But
Real nasty tragedy. But got me stitched up and back in here in time for the game.
he's got the shark in the back of his truck, actually, if you want to go see it.
I wrestled it to the beach.
That's 2 down now on the top of the 6th. The ground ball
No, but
to Will Haney.
do tell how you actually did it.
Well, I was trying to get better, as all players do, and was doing some box jumps over at Sports Site, and didn't make it up all the way for one reason or another. And the corner of the box took a chunk out of my shin, and got some stitches thereafter. Got 4 stitches, but should be fine.
Ground ball, a hit to Spencer Gay. Throw to first for an out. A 4-3 ground out for Nate Mondu. So a quick 1-2-3 inning. These guys will hang with me in the bottom of the 6th inning, the home half of the 6th inning. So we'll head to a commercial break. The Anglers lead the Kettleers 7-0 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Get a unique insider's view of the most prestigious amateur baseball league in the nation through the Cape Cod Baseball League's official social media accounts. Follow, like, and retweet the news on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and get the latest scores, transactions, and year-round updates of present, past, and future CCBL players. Hashtag CCBL takes you straight to the hot topics.
Bottom of the 6th, 8-9 one-hitters due up. That's Will Haney, Brody Weiss, and Jaron Kendall. And I'm here joined in the booth by Kettleers pitchers Nick Eichholz and Duncan Robinson. And we were just doing some trivia here. Dan, why don't you go ahead and ask the fellas that question?
What Hall of Famers hit their first and 500th homers with the same team? Nick got one of them already.
The first one is Mike Schmidt.
That's one.
So proud of you, Nick.
First pitch to Haney, line drive, left field, going back, and that ball is gone. A solo shot for Will Haney. This game is now in the bottom of the 6th inning.
There goes Gallen's no-hitter.
He owes me because I just jinxed it.
Will Haney swinging at the first pitch and driving it into left field. And that's what the Kettleers need, now down 6.
He owes me lunch on that one. Chipotle, a bowl, brown rice.
Chicken or beef? Chicken or beef?
Chicken.
Brody Weiss now the batter. First pitch to Weiss. Takes a pitch off the outside corner, 1-0. That's right. Mike Schmidt was one.
Sammy Sosa. I've only seen him play with the Cubs. No? Okay.
Line drive, left field. It's going to stay fair, but it's to the fence. And Brody Weiss is going to be in with a double. And 2 straight base hits for the Kettleers, 2 straight extra base hits, and they're in business now in the bottom of the 6th.
Ted Williams is number 2. That's number 2 for Nick Eichholz.
Okay.
And 0 for Duncan Robinson.
Now a mound visit. Zach Gallen, his no-hitter. Broken here in the bottom of the 6th, and his night is over. Faces 2 batters in the 6th, gives up a home run to Will Haney and a double.
Play for the A's.
Oh. Hey, I've got 2. You've got 0.
We're a team.
No.
Jimmy Fox. Mel Ott.
This is pretty good. You know, King, his go-to answer for each trivia question is Catfish Hunter. So.
Trying to think. 500.
Rafael Palmeiro.
Does
Can't catch
Cal
it.
Ripken have 500?
No.
No.
In for the Anglers, that's C.J. Burdick. Mickey Mantle? Mickey Mantle? Is he one of them?
That's
okay,
3
that's
for Nick Eichholz.
Wow, you're killing it right now. These questions are hard because you're thinking of 5. You can think of so many Hall of Famers, so many people with 500.
Did Maris have any? Did Maris have 500?
No, like.
Was Maris? Maris? No. In the Hall of Fame.
The other 2 are tougher.
Okay. Oh, they are?
Yeah. I didn't get those 2. I got the other 3.
You told me you got 2. We're not going to guess.
Ernie Banks.
No, I wouldn't have got those 2.
Who was one? Oh, wow. Ernie Banks. And Eddie Murray. All right, so good job, though, guys. I mean, 3 of 5. Well, you got 3 of 5, Nick.
Good job, Nick.
Thank you.
I think I only wrote one more trivia question. I don't want to recycle them because Nick's been here pretty much. He's here like 3 times a week, so.
That's me.
Yeah, I'll be. Let's see. What's one question? Okay. All right, guys. This one really. Maybe this kind of pertains to you guys as pitchers. In 1982, Ricky Henderson recorded the 2nd most stolen bases in a single season. How many did he have? Ricky Henderson in 1982 had the 2nd most stolen bases in a single season. Just guessing the number. 2nd most ever. All right, okay. Dan got it on the first guess thing, so 130. Trivia's going well. Second most. A guy had 138 in like 1887, and I wrote down the name. Okay, that was Hugh Nickel. So he has the most in the modern era. Jaron Kendall now to play with runner on 2nd. First pitch to Kendall. Pitch missed outside and high. It's 1-0.
I could throw you a non-baseball trivia question.
Let's do it.
What 4 universities have a Super Bowl winning quarterback and as alumni?
What school did Joe Flacco go to?
Nope.
Dartmouth. 1-0 swing. Left
Yale.
field out of.
No.
Harvard.
No. You think Super Bowl winning quarterbacks went to Harvard?
Absolutely not. I'm just trying to think.
That's what I think too.
Smart dudes.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. This is a really good. This is a really good trivia question. C.J. Burdick, the pitcher, working out of the set, deals the 1-1 to Kendall.
Boston College.
Fastball missed upstairs. It's 2-1.
What was that?
Michigan.
Michigan is 1.
Michigan.
Tom Brady.
That's
and
right.
Gerald Ford.
There you go. So it's a 2-1 count to Jaron Kendall. Stepping
Penn
out of the
State.
box.
Nope.
Tennessee.
on second is Brody Weiss. As we think about this trivia question, 3 more schools to guess. CJ Burdick looking over at second. 2-1. Fastball up and in. Misses.
Stanford is another
Stanford.
correct answer.
All right, so Stanford, Michigan.
The last 2 are a bit harder.
A bit harder. Is there any type of
never
hints?
going to guess them or what?
University of Chicago.
No.
Football?
Yeah. No, they were really good at football for a while. This was back in like,
I'd say the best way to do it is to go through quarterbacks.
3-1. Fastball missed upstairs. Jaron Kendall draws the walk.
Not the guy you want to walk there.
No, not at all. That was a solid. That was the first was a University of Chicago player. So that was I think that was a pretty good guess. Tim Cisnera now with the batter.
I'll give you to the end of this half inning. If you guys don't get it, I'll give the answer.
This is another one of those questions that there's so many possible answers that's really hard to.
Texas.
Nope.
Oklahoma.
Nope. 2 south.
Huh? 2 south?
2 south.
I don't even know what colleges there are up north.
Pitches Cisnera fouled out.
Roll Tide.
Exactly. BYU.
Nope. One of them is very hard. One of them is medium hard.
Wyoming.
No.
Wow.
No.
0-1 to Cisnera. There's a curveball that missed up and away. It's 1-1. I think Greg, video coordinator, has one. Giving an Army or Navy.
Which one?
Army.
No.
Navy.
Navy.
Okay.
Roger Staubach and
That's good.
Jimmy, I think.
1-1 to Cisnera. Misses high again. It's 2-1. So a 2-1 count to Tim Cisnera, who didn't start this ball game, but he's in it now. CJ Burdick, former teammates with former Kettleer. No. 2-1. Fastball missed a bit outside. It's 3-1 now, and CJ Burdick in a bit of trouble. Runners on first and second, and Tim Cisnera up ahead. 3 balls, 1 strike.
What did he say? Nope.
CJ Burdick, college teammates with former Kettleer Kyle Holder, was drafted by the Yankees in the first round of this past year's draft. 3-1. Hit opposite field, along left side and out of play. And it's now in the Cotuit parking lot as just a mob of kids just run for that ball. Literally like
medium hard
12
one.
kids.
The last one's going to be the toughest.
Give me a general area.
No.
Yes, if it's going to be super hard, no.
Yeah. No.
Burdick deals the 3-2. Hit opposite field is going to be dropped by the left fielder, and bases are now loaded. That was Fraley who dove out for that ball and couldn't corral it. And now bases are loaded for the Kettleers with no outs.
North Dakota State.
Nay.
Is it worse Phil Sims one?
No.
They're going to give a hit there to Cisnera now. It's the 3rd of the inning. So how many schools are left to be guessed?
1.
1.
1 school.
West Coast, East Coast.
More East Coast.
Minnesota.
No.
More East Coast? Okay, more East.
More East than West.
Okay.
So it's in the Dakotas.
What did he say?
North Dakota.
No.
South Dakota.
He
I
said
don't
it
know
was
any
more
other.
east than west.
Yeah.
That's well west.
Whatever.
It's in the New England area.
No. This quarterback has this Super Bowl winning quarterback has won a Super Bowl within the last 15 years.
15 years.
That really doesn't help.
What school did Trent Dilfer go to? Is it?
It's not Trent.
It's not Trent Dilfer. Oh, no. No. It's Ole Miss. Okay, no. I didn't think so. Brett Stevens now to the plate. Bases loaded, no outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. C.J. Burdick on the mound, and Zach Gallen pitched 5 no-hit innings, and now the Kettleers, it's a 7-1 game. Burdick out of the set, deals the first pitch to Stevens. Fastball missed below the knees. It's 1-0.
He got it.
What was the answer? What was the
Final answer
last?
was Miami of Ohio.
Miami.
Ben Roethlisberger.
That's right. And who was the president?
Maybe someone in the latter half of the 19th century, maybe early 20th. Taft, something like that.
Taft. Okay.
I can't. Don't quote me on that,
Maybe Taft. Well, you know, he was the first person or president to throw out like the ceremonial first pitch. That's when it became a thing. It's 1-1 to Brett Stevens as Burdick threw a fastball that clipped the outside corner. So 1-1 to Stevens. It's a breaking ball inside corner called strike 1 and 2. Here, let me try to get in this question. Oh, I know. I guess I already asked my questions. Okay, who won the first World Series? And you can go ahead and just give me a city name, because it's not a team that really exists. You can give me the city.
Boston.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Brooklyn.
Boston, the Boston Americans. 1 and 2, swing and a miss. And Brett Stevens is retired via the strikeout. Man, my trivia questions I'm feeling they were very weak today. Do you have anything else, Dan? I guess he has no more trivia currently. Duncan, I have a question. You go to an Ivy League school. How do you balance school and baseball?
Well, our Coach Whalen does a fantastic job of making sure his players are very committed to the classroom. And he has a very good relationship with a lot of professors. He's been there for over 25 years. So he's built a good reputation there. But aside from that, you just got to be disciplined. If you want to just get by with mediocre grades, it won't be that hard. But if you want to try and excel and push yourself in the classroom, it takes a lot of work. But I think it's all ball is a priority at Dartmouth, but academics are as well.
It's 1-1 to Sage Janko, and I have a question for you, Nick, in just a second. I'll ask after this pitch. 1-1 to Janko, swing and a miss, a curveball. It's 1 and 2. All right, so you go to school in Alabama. How do you keep school from getting in the way of your fun? You know what I mean?
Of the fun. So that's the question I get after Duncan's, huh?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it depends. You just, I'm not the guy that goes out every single night and goes crazy. I like to focus on school and baseball, and that's just me. I'm not a crazy kind of guy at night, so it's not that hard.
2 and 2 to Sage Janko.
Nick and I are actually very avid golfers in Cape Cod.
Really?
Have had some good rounds with
some great rounds.
Some
a lot of money spent though.
True. Money well spent, I would say.
Of course, quality time, bonding.
That's that team building right there. 2-2 count to Sage Janko. Burdick, the righty. He's in the set. Deals the pitch. Swing and a miss, a strikeout. And that's now 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th for C.J. Burdick. So bases are still loaded. Spencer Gay coming to the plate.
I think Spencer Gay might wear those tweeners. Best in the Cape League. Phenomenal look.
Debatable, but okay.
It's definitely really interesting that he doesn't just roll them up all the way to the knees or just keep them all the way down. Showing the socks just pretty much up to the shin, or just really the ankles. Interesting look as the pitch is in for a strike outside. So you guys are avid golfers. You guys follow the sport itself? Because, some people will just play a sport and not really watch it. Yeah? What do you guys think of this past year's Open? It concluded, what was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
Zach Johnson.
Johnson. Great guy, from what I've heard. It's disappointing, what's going on with Tiger Woods, because, I grew up watching him and just destroy every single person in him.
Right.
He just has that, fear factor in him, or used to. He doesn't now, don't get me wrong right there. But I missed that. Miss watching that.
I think a lot of people...
Pass ball as Brody Weiss scores. Sorry, Duncan.
No, my fault.
And it's now a 7-2 ball game. That was a ball that just no cone out of the glove of the catcher Barnett. And now Coach Roberts is talking something over with the home plate umpire, Tom Major. Do you guys see what you guys think You know
I
what
think he
he's
may be arguing a foul ball, but he may have called it very, very late.
Yeah. Once the catcher got to the backstop, that's when he called the foul ball, and that's just a little bit too late.
I think Roberts would expect the umpires to meet in this situation, and he will be very unhappy if that does not happen.
It was really close. I heard maybe 2 sounds, but it's difficult back there to judge something like that.
So they're having a dialogue, and we'll wait to see what happens. Brody Weiss has his hands on his hips along third base. If they do rule that a pass ball, then this game is 7-2. But if it's a foul ball, then Brody Weiss will have to go back to third, and it'll be a 1-2 count on Spencer Gay.
Now, Coach Roberts said at the beginning of this year that he's not going to be arguing that much. So for him to come out here is, it's going to have to take a lot for. There's been a bunch of bang plays this year where we obviously disagree with, and he's stayed in the dugout. Last year he would go out a little bit more often, and he said just this year he wants to just let us play and not worry about the outside stuff. So this is
on that. Yep.
He obviously feels pretty strongly about this.
As a player, is this like an awkward situation for you? Just kind of stand around and
No. I mean, if Spencer didn't foul that ball off, then he wants Coach to
fight for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
What about as a pitcher? Does this throw you off at any point, really? Just this time between pitches?
Well,
I think now it could, because Burdick was, just struck out 2 guys, and he finally may have found his rhythm, and this could be that, ruffle in his feathers.
Right.
They're saying the issue is if Spencer interfered with the catcher, which I'm not really sure how that's possible at all.
Because the ball was popped over the head of the catcher.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I could understand a foul ball, but not that.
That doesn't make any sense at all to me. So I think what Coach is asking, if I just overheard him, is give me the rule on that, because I don't think you can swing and interfere with the catcher catching the ball unless you hit the catcher's mitt. Duncan, you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, from my experience, the longer these talks go, the worse it is for the team that is arguing.
Okay, so home plate umpire Tom Major saying there will be a protest probably filed after this on that in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Not sure what that means.
Me neither. I don't remember.
I think what they do is they.
Okay.
Oh, they're saying Spencer Gay's backswing hit the catcher when he was running back to the backstop, which, you know what, so that's still going to be a run no matter what.
Okay.
So I guess, does that mean if this game is played out and the Kettleers were to lose, that if the rule is overturned?
I'm not really sure. This happened a couple times last year, but I don't really remember how they.
I guess they're gonna keep Weiss at third.
Okay, so Weiss is at third. Kendall is on
second. Do we
second.
have a rule book on this somewhere? What happens?
And Tim is walking back to first. This is interesting.
Okay.
So Coach Roberts is still discussing things with home plate umpire Tom Major. So
just play on, and
my question is, if it's on his backswing, how is that his fault if the catch, if he hits the catcher, because the ball's popped out of his glove,
yeah.
he's running back to the
That's
backstop.
Honestly,
What's Spencer supposed to do?
Honest accident, I guess. I mean, that's not interfering with the catcher, in my opinion, at all.
Umpires may be a little unwilling to admit their mistake in this situation. It would be a bit embarrassing. But hopefully the right call is made in due time.
All right, so it's 1-2 to Gay.
There's some chirping going on the dugout out to the
umpire retorting to the comments made from the home side of the Kettleers.
All right, we have. What do you do?
His backswing hit the catcher.
No.
Catcher's mitt.
Schiffner seems to be out.
Let me see this.
Discussing.
I'll be right
play
back,
with the umpire.
folks.
I was here last year doing what Greg's doing, and I do remember, I think a couple times that there was like a protest filed later in the game, and over just like something simple, like a single ruled, or an error ruled a single, or vice versa. Nothing like this though.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and this will turn into a 3-run double.
Right. So 1-2 to Spencer Gay, bases loaded. Burdick A lot of time between pitches. He's in the set. Deals the 1 and 2 to Gay. Fouled up and popped out of play. We'll redo the 1 and 2. So the run that came across, that was Brody Weiss. That will not score.
Okay, so I just got a chance to look at the replay. So he swung, missed the ball, catcher missed the ball, and in Spencer's backswing, he nicked the catcher's mitt.
It's a little
I'm
flare that stays in the infield, and it's lined out to Zach Short, the third baseman.
I'm not sure how that, correlates to interfering with the catcher in any way.
So that's the third out of the inning. The Kettleers leave the bases loaded. We're through 6 full now. It's 7-1 Anglers. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Duncan and Nick, thank you guys so much for being on board with me.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So we'll head to a quick commercial break here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
The Kettleers and Cotuit Athletic Association welcome Spencer Hallett Plumbing and Heating as a premium sponsor and member of the exclusive Kettleers Club in 2015. This family-owned business has been providing heating and plumbing services to businesses and homeowners on Cape Cod for over 100 years. It's what you'd call local. Is a 4th-generation member of the business and 12th-generation Cape Codder. If you're looking for heating work, call Spencer Hallett at 508-428-6080 or visit their website at hallettplumbing.com.
Seventh inning at Lowell Park, and Chatham on top of the Kettleers 7-1. With Axel Bawada, I'm Dan Silverman. Thank you for joining us. And Axel, that was certainly quite a hectic end to the last of the 6th inning. Coach Roberts protesting the game. And now we go to the 7th. 7-8-9 due lefty Mitch Stallings, and the righty Zach Short leads off. Stallings kicks and fires home. The change up, that drops in for a called strike, 0-1.
And the reason for the protest on a 1-1 call, Spencer Gay swung at a pitch that was high, and the ball popped in and out of the glove of the catcher, Aaron Barnett.
The 0-1, swinging a high fly ball down the right field line, slicing towards foul ground. Jenko right on the line. I think a step into foul territory makes the catch. 1 away.
So while the pitch popped in and out of the glove of Barnett and rolled to the backstop, apparently Spencer Gay on the backswing clipped Barnett while he was running. So they ruled that an interference. And just a really strange sequence of events, one that I have never seen before. And really disrupted the timing. The Kettleers had bases loaded and were unable to play a run. It was Will Haney who had a solo shot. But that was well before bases were loaded. That was to lead off the inning.
Well, there was a lot of other things happening that inning. Aaron Napa, lefty, steps in. Stallings from the windup fires home, a fastball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. First of all, Tom Major, the home plate umpire, made that call. I don't understand why. Because Stallings fires an 0-1 home, a curveball down and away, 1-1 on Knapp. Barnett missed that pitch. Gay swung and missed, hit off his glove to the backstop, and then the backswing hit Barnett. Stallings deals. A curveball downstairs, 2-1. So the backswing of Gay hitting Barnett had no impact on the play. And that seemed pretty clear to me, and I'm guessing most people here watching this game. 2-1 from Stallings. Fastball taken down the middle for a strike, 2-2. So I don't get that part. Coach Roberts complained. I can't blame him. It was a very questionable. And, down 7-1, why not play it under protest? And they could be a big call, but bigger things happened in that inning. We'll get to that in a second. Here's the 2-2 from Stallings. Curveball missed a little bit down and away. Full count on Knapp with 1 out in the 7th. 7-1 Chatham. Haney led off with a homer. And then the Kettleers had the bases loaded with nobody. Down by 6 runs at that point, you've got to score at least 2 or 3. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a good changeup. Knapp swung through it. 2 men down in the 7th. Garrett Hampson coming up.
And you're right, Daniel. With no outs, it was bases loaded. 3 hits on the walk. That's how all that happened. But then Brett Stevens striking out. Sejdenko striking out, and then with bases loaded and 2 outs, Spencer Gay on a 1-2 count. A little flare over to Zach Short, the third baseman. And just unable to get the ball out of the infield. Really unable to get contact, really.
Hampson takes a fastball strike on the inside corner, 0-1. So if everything else happens the same, you get 1 run because of that 7-1 versus 7-2. At this point, not a huge difference. We'll see what happens as the game goes on. 1-1, curveball missed downstairs on Hampson, 1-1.
And that was a good inning for the Kettleers because after getting behind early in this ball game, they trailed 7 after 2. They started to rush. And then once they had the chance to make up some ground, score a couple runs or so, they just couldn't get the job done with no outs. And that's without the whole interference of Spencer Gay on the backswing. So really, they should have took care of business beforehand even.
Fastballs on the outside corner, 1-2 on Hampson. 2 outs, nobody on top of the 7th. Chatham 7, Cotuit 1. Stallings from the full windup, the lefty's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a curveball and a good one. And that's 6 up and 6 down through 2 scoreless innings for Mitch Stallings. Nothing across. It's time to stretch at Lowell Park. Chatham 7 and Cotuit 1 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Celebrate history and build for the future, brick by brick. That's the slogan for the Cotuit Kettleers engraved brick fundraiser. The bricks we engrave for you will replace the blank bricks in the plaza area behind home plate. Cheer on the Kettleers, honor that special someone, celebrate a life event, or recognize your business. There are only a few examples of what you might want on your engraved brick. To get started, visit the Kettleers website at www.kettleers.org or stop by the tables under the red tents at all Kettleer home games.
Bottom 7, 7-1 Chatham. C.J. Burdick on for his first full inning. At least he'll start one for the first time. Came on to get the final 3 outs of the 7th inning and pitched out of a jam. Ross Grosvenor leads off. Big right-hand batter is 0 for 1. The ready Burdick from the wind fires high in the air to left center and deep. Rodriguez back and now moves in a step. He makes the catch. That's Joey Rodriguez in left field, replacing Jake Fraley here in the 7th inning. And Grosvenor got a good piece of that one, but continues to be hitless. 0 for 2 today, and still looking for his first hit. He's now 0 for 17 as a Kettleer. So 1 away, Michael Cantu, who's 0 for 2 coming up. Ready batter from Texas. Burdick fires, pitch in the dirt. It's 1-0. Well, off the bat, it looked like Grosvenor got a lot more of that one than he did, but that ball just did not carry. The righty Burdick kicks and fires a 1-0. Swinging a line drive off his glove up the middle. He knocks it down, runs back, picks it up, underhands to first in time to get Cantu. 2 down in the 7th inning.
And that ball was rocketed back to Burdick on the mound. It popped in and out of his glove. He had plenty of time to grab it, spin, and then underhanded. He did not rush at all as Cantu was running up the base path.
Well, that ball was hit well by Cantu. So at least positive and good contact for both Grosvenor and Cantu, but they're both still 0 for the season. And Will Haney coming up. Homered his last time up. Burdick deals, takes down the ball. It's 0-1.
And with that home run, he now leads the team with 5. He was tied with Brandon Berry, and he is now tied for the lead in RBIs with 11. That ties him with Berry.
Behind 0-1. Burdick kicks and fires home to Haney. Swing and a high pop up behind short. Back is Hampson. He's there. He makes the catch in shallow left field. Side retired. Kettleers go 1-2-3. On to the 8th. It's 7-1 Anglers on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Bank of Cape Cod is proud to sponsor today's Cotuit replay from a former Kettleer. With branches in Hyannis, Osterville, and Falmouth, rediscover local banking with Bank of Cape Cod. Ryan Cahalan from 2004 has this replay. My summer in Cotuit was the best time I ever had playing ball. From the teammates to the coaches to the host family, I thoroughly enjoyed every minute I spent on the Cape. The fans are extremely kind and passionate and deserve to be applauded. Thank you very much to the entire Kettleers organization, the Tenaglia family, Coach Roberts, and everyone who made my summer in the Cape the best time I ever had playing baseball. Ryan Cahalan with his Cotuit replay, brought to you by the Bank of Cape Cod with branches in Hyannis, Osterville, and Falmouth.
Top of the order for Chatham in the 8th. They lead the Kettleers 7-1 here at Lowell Park. 7 runs on 9 hits, an error for the Anglers. A run on 2 hits, 1 error for Cotuit. The lefty from Duke, Mitch Stallings, on for his 3rd inning. The lefty Trenton Brooks leads things off and now calls for time, takes off his batting helmet. Looked like he had something stuck up there, and now he steps back in. The right fielder is 0 for 4. Stallings winds and fires a curveball that's taken down the middle for a called strike. It's 0-1 on Brooks, who is the only batter to not reach base safely today for the Anglers. Stallings fires an 0-1. Swing and a foul back to the screen. It's 0-2. Brooks, then Joey Rodriguez and Will Craig here in the 8th. The Anglers scored all 7 in the 2nd off of Matt Milburn. He went just 1 2/3, by far his worst start of the year. And the offense for Cotuit just hasn't been there. The 0-2 from Stallings, lifted in the air. Field well hit. Stevens chasing back into the gap, reaches out and makes the running grab. A nice catch by Brett Stevens, 1 away in the 8th inning. And this outfield defense for the Kettleers just continues to impress. Stevens might be the worst of the 3 in left, and that's saying something, at least of the starters, because Jaron Kendall is just an outstanding center fielder, and Jack Klein, who began this game in right, is great in center as well and played right. First pitch to the righty Rodriguez, a fastball taken at the knees for a strike, 0-1. And even Sage Jenko now playing right. Not the best of arms, but he has great speed and gets to a lot of balls as well. Stallings is 0-1 pitch. Check swing. He went around to the changeup down and away. It's 0-2.
And through 2 1/3 inning, Mitch Stallings pitching pretty well. He's needed that after a couple not so great outings.
Here's the 0-2 to Rodriguez. Poke to the right side, past Gay and into right field, a base hit. Well, that will probably go down as a hit. But a ball that went, I think, right through the arm and the body of Spencer Gay. It is a base hit for Rodriguez of the summer. He was 0 for 7 beforehand. He got here just this past week. But again, it's not always just the errors that matter. It's the plays that you don't make. And that's not an easy play. But it's certainly one that could have been made, and Spencer Gay couldn't make it. So Rodriguez aboard, and Will Craig the batter. He's 1 for 4. Big righty. Stallings deals. Check swing, he takes low at changeup. 1-0. They appeal to first, and Larry Rosenberg says no swing.
But some credit goes to Rodriguez behind 0-2. You're taught on that outside pitch to hit it the other way, and that's exactly what he did. And he did his end of the job. It was Spencer Gay who was not able to do his part defensively.
Stallings set, slide step on the pitch, missed away a fastball. It's 2-0. It was a good two-strike approach here, right, from Rodriguez to try and go to the opposite field. And Gay was shaded very far up the middle. Normal depth, he probably gets to that ball pretty easily. He's up the middle again now in double play depth, which makes more sense. Not sure why he was before. 2-0. Stallings steals towards third and past Haney into left field, a base hit. Rodriguez stops at second. Craig on at first. That's his second hit of the night. And the Anglers, the runners on first and second, one away in the 8th inning. And the catcher, Aaron Barnett, the batter.
And right there, that's something that you specifically mentioned on these past few broadcasts, is that the third baseman for the Kettleers play even with the bagger even in. Simple chopping ground ball to the left side, gets past Haney, and then just sneaks into left field. And perhaps we don't see that if Haney has more reaction time, more time behind third base as he's standing right now with runners on first and second.
And Haney's not a natural third baseman. He's a catcher and is playing there just because Tim Cisnera came in. Coach Roberts has moved a lot of guys around today. It's been a hectic game as far as the defensive alignment goes for Cotuit. Maybe some third basemen get to that. He's playing back now with the lefty Barnett, the batter, first and second. Stallings steals, he bunts in front of the mound. Cisnera from behind the plate grabs it, throws to first in time. 2 men away as both runners move up on the sacrifice bunt, 2-3 on the putout of Barnett. But then back to Haney. If he's playing back on that grounder, maybe it sneaks through, but there's a good chance either you get an out at second on a fielder's choice, and Craig's not the fastest of runners. You could easily turn a 5-4-3 double play there, inning over. Now Persico's coming up, second and third, 2 men away, and a very tough out for Stallings. Persico, righty, is 2 for 4. A double, a run scored, and an RBI. Stallings' first pitch, fastball, taken on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. 7-1 the Anglers lead and looking for more in the 8th. Rodriguez on third, Craig on second, 2 men away. And Stallings looking to finish off a third straight scoreless inning. The lefty set of the belt and fires home. Swing and a pop-up foul right side out of play. It's 0-2 on Luke Persico. Well, actually, we've talked all year about how it has been one bad inning in games that has cost the Kettleers a lot. And that's been a theme for most of the year. We'd kind of gotten away from that until the last week and back today. Stallings set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Take a called strike 3. Got him with a curveball, and Stallings works out of a jam. In the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left in scoring position. Middle of the 8th, it's the Anglers 7 and the Kettleers 1 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Do you want or need some Cotuit Kettleers apparel and memorabilia? Well, there's one place to get everything you need. The Kettleers store at Lowell Park, open during all Kettleers home games. We sell hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, keychains, baseballs, jackets, and everything else you could possibly need. So be sure to stop by and purchase all your Cotuit Kettleers merchandise at the Kettleers store at Lowell Park.
Bottom 8 here at Lowell Park, 7-1, the Anglers on top. With Axel Bawada, I'm Dan Silverman. Thank you for joining. Dave Burdick starts the inning. We'll face Brody Weiss leading off righty on righty. First pitch, fastball, paints the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Weiss began this game at third and moved to shortstop when Mike Pius came out as 1 for 2 with a double. Burdick saw 1. Fastball taken on the outside corner again. It's quickly 0-2 on the number 9 batter, Brody Weiss. After Weiss, Jaron Kendall and Tim Cisnera due up in the 8th inning. Burdick from the full windup. Pauses and now the 0-2. Check swing, he takes a slider away. Appeal to first and no swing, says Larry Rosenberg. It's 1-2 on Weiss. Well, between innings, Coach Roberts and John Schiffner of Chatham were talking. Not sure what about. Here's the 1-2 from Burdick. Check swing, a fastball high. He went around, says home plate umpire Tom Major. 1 down in the 8th inning. And Weiss was really tied up there by that fastball. Did not want to swing, but almost, I think, a protective swing to protect his body from that fastball. And he went around just enough for him out. So 1 away. And Jaron Kendall, a left-hand batter, coming up. He's 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Burdick pop-up foul heading back over our heads. And it's 0-1. Another foul ball into the parking lot here behind the press box at Lowell Park. Happens many times every Kettleers home. Burdick into his windup. The righty's 0-1. Swing and a miss. A good curveball fooled Kendall. It's 0-2. 7-1 Chatham. We're in the last of the 8th. And that conversation between Roberts and Schiffner may be about it getting darker, about the incident that happened a few innings ago. Who knows? The 0-2. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts for Burdick. 2 down in the 8th, and Tim Cisnera coming up. Because remember, Coach Roberts is playing this game under protest. The whole Kettle because of what happened in the 6th inning. What probably would have been a pass ball and a run scored for Cotuit was taken away because of interference on a backswing with Spencer Gay at the plate. A very weird play. Burdick deals to Cisnera. A curveball taken down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. It was 7-1 at the time. Would have made it 7-2. Gay lined out to third to end that inning. Burdick kicks and fires an 0-1 home. Swing and a ground ball to the right side. Played by Craig. Flips to Burdick, covering in time to get Cisnera. And the inning is over. Nothing across. We go to the 9th inning at Lowell Park. It's Chatham 7 and Cotuit 1 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Stop by the Kettleers Kitchen and visiting Lowell Park for the best food in the Cape League. Enjoy clam chowder, chili, nachos, hot dogs, popcorn, sausages, pizza, turkey wraps, ice cream, candy, and much more. Food in the Cape League, stop by the Kettleers Kitchen.
Like this. Like this. Like this.
Ninth inning in Cotuit. Dan Silverman and Axel Bellata with you as the Anglers lead the Kettleers 7-1. 6-7-8 due up for Chatham against the lefty Mitch Stallings. Nate Mondu, the second baseman, leads off, left-hand batter. Stallings from the wind fires a curveball that's popped up foul over home plate, out of play. 0-1.
And for what it's worth, Mitch Stallings has pitched 3 innings. A pretty good ball, given up 2 hits, has struck it out 3. His curveball has been his go-to with 2 strikes.
Here's the lefty 0-1. Curveball, check swing. It's called a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2 on Mondu, who's had a good game. He's 2 for 3 with a walk. He tripled in 2 runs and scored in the second. Singled in the fourth. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased a curve in the dirt. Cisnera finds it, throws down to first to Cantu in time. 1 away.
And we see it again right there. Mitch Stallings going with that curveball in a 2-strike count and fooling Mondu completely. He did a whole 360 spin.
So 4 strikeouts now for the left-hander out of Duke. 1 away in the 9th inning. And the third baseman, Zach Short, coming up for Chatham. Short is 0 for 3, walked and scored in the 7-run second. Stallings steals to the righty, a fastball that paints the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. Well, Stallings hasn't been used a lot this year, but getting some extended relief work today. The 0-1, curveball missed down and in, 1-1.
Games he had only pitched 10 2/3, and tonight alone already 3 1/3 innings.
And that's been big in this blowout. The 1-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball to third. Handy to his left has it. Stetson throws across the diamond in time to retire short. 2 men down, and Aaron Knapp coming up in the 9th inning. And all things considered as far as the bullpen goes, because remember, the Kettleers play each of the next 3 days, all 3 road games against teams in the East before an off day on Saturday for the All-Star game. Milburn went an inning and 2/3. And when your starter does that, that usually screams bullpen is going to be in trouble for the next few games. Flores and Stallings have gone since then, and they don't pitch very often. So all things considered, the bullpen is in pretty good shape. First pitch, fastball taken downstairs by Knapp.
And those are things that may be very crucial in these last 10 games as the Kettleers play.
The 1-0, fastball taken for a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1 on the center fielder Aaron Knapp. He's 1 for 4. Singled and scored in the second. That's where all 7 Chatham runs came. They lead 7-1 in the 9th. The 1-1, swinging the ground ball to second. Spencer Gaze got it, throws to first in time, side retired. Another 1-2-3 inning for Stallings. Last chance for Cotuit. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's the Anglers 7 and the Kettleers 1 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Last of the 9th inning at Lowell Park. Last chance for the Kettleers, who trail the Anglers 7-1. It's been rough all day for Cotuit. The Anglers scored 7 runs off of Matt Milburn in the second inning and haven't looked back. The Kettleers got their lone run in the 6th on a home run off the bat of Will Haney. But other than that, the bats have been silenced, and now the right-hander Jonathan Teeney from San Diego looks to close things out for the Anglers, making his 9th appearance of the year. He is 0-0 with a 4.97 ERA over 12 2/3 innings of work. And a scoreboard check, by the way. Wareham and Falmouth, the two teams that the Kettleers entered today trailing by a point for a playoff spot. They play tonight in Wareham. It's 2-0 Gatemen in the bottom of the second.
And even with this game right now, 7-1, this could be a very ugly loss for the Kettleers, but worst case scenario today would find them just a game out of a playoff spot. That would be if Falmouth and Wareham end up tying. And as it stands now, if Wareham keeps this lead, or even if Falmouth comes, if one of those teams wins.
And a tie is pretty unlikely.
Right, a tie is pretty unlikely. They can find themselves just a half game out of a playoff spot despite tonight. So this is a we'll see how this plays out, but they'd need to have short-term memory, really, and get over this game quickly.
Brett Stevens fouls a first pitch fastball back to the screen from Teeny. It's 0-1. Stevens, then Jenko, and then Spencer Gay. Teeny from the full windup. The righty fires a fastball taken downstairs to Stevens. The count 1-1. Stevens 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Has also walked. But that second strikeout, a big one with the bases loaded, nobody out in the 6th inning. The Kettleers had him full, no one out, did not score. The 1-1. Fastball popped up foul out of play over the grandstand behind the Kettleers dugout and lands near the bathrooms. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Brett Stevens. Teeny working from the first base side of the rubber. The righty kicks and fires a 1-2 pitch. Swing on a ground ball to second. Waiting on it is Mondu. He's got it and throws to first in time. 1 away in the 9th. So Stevens probably has his 5-game hitting streak come to an end today. He's 0 for 3 with that walk. It has not been a pretty game offensively for the Kettleers. Just 2 hits. And both of those came back-to-back in the 6th inning off of starter Zach Gallen. Carl Burdick then shut them out through 3 innings, and Teeny for the 9th has 1 away. Jenko bats and takes the first pitch fastball high, 1-0. Burdick through 3 innings, no hits, 1 walk, struck out 4, and did not allow any runs. That's the big one. And he came on with a man on second, no one out in the 6th inning, walked the batter. Cisnero reached on the error, the 1-0. Fastball low, 2-0. And then from there, strikeout, line out to third. And escaped that bases loaded, nobody out jam. That was really the best chance the Kettleers have had at coming back in this game. Of course, Coach Roberts protesting the game because of what happened that inning. But down 7-1. The 2-0, fastball missed downstairs. It's 3-0 on Jenko.
Things were clicking in that 6th inning. First 4 batters reached base safely, including that big home run by Will Haney to lead off the inning. But then, like you said, Dan, bases loaded, no outs, couldn't get it done.
Jenko probably taking here all the way. Teeny fires home. He takes inside a fastball, ball 4. And Jenko walks on 4 pitches. And that'll bring up Spencer Gay, the first time he hits since his very controversial at-bat in the 6th inning. Came up with the bases full, 2 men away. Burdick was on the mound. The 1-1 pitch. He swung through a fastball up in the zone that tipped off the glove of Aaron Barnett back to the screen. Brody Weiss came down the line to score. The first pitch, fastball taken on the inside corner, a strike. It's 0-1 on the right-hand batting Spencer Gay. However, home plate umpire Tom Major sent Weiss back to third because on the backswing, Gay made contact with Barnett and he called interference. Very questionable. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt, skips away from Barnett. And Jenko goes to second. And now it's time for any sarcastic comments on the possibility of interference there from Gay, but I don't think there was any possibility of that. Just a pitch in the dirt that skipped away from Barnett. So on the wild pitch, Jenko is safely on second. The count 1-1 on the second baseman, Spencer Gay. It's almost waiting for Coach Roberts to say something out of the dugout. I was talking to the Chatham broadcasters before the game. They had a great story on their manager, John Schiffner, from a few days ago. He had a great line in the dugout. 1-1 on Gay. Teeny looks to second, now fires home. Fastball on the outside corner again. It's 1-2. So he was arguing with the umpire in that game. Don't remember the name of the umpire. And I think it was later on in the game, and the ump gave him a warning. And Schiffner's in the dugout at that point. And the umpire takes out his scorecard to write down that he's giving him a warning. And Schiffner yells out from the dugout, S-C-H, to start spelling his name to the umpire. Because Schiffner, not the easiest of names, I guess.
Right.
Not a particularly tough one. To have some fun. Didn't get thrown out of the game, which surprised me a little bit, because really showing up the ump in that case. But, hey, you got to have some fun, right? It is summer baseball. 1-2 on Gay. The righty teeny set and fires. Fastball missed low, 2-2. It's 7-1 Chatham, 1 out last of the ninth. A 2-2 count on Spencer Gay at the plate. Jenko, the runner, on second. Reached on a walk, went to second on a wild pitch. So credits to Schiffner for that line. Because when they told me that, my first thought was, well, he obviously got tossed, right? Somehow he didn't. 2-2. The righty deals, swinging a line drive past the shortstop. A Hampson base hit left center field. Jenko races around third. He comes home. The throw goes into second as Jenko scores standing. It's an RBI single for Spencer Gay. And the Chatham lead is cut to 7-2. Well, where was that in the sixth inning with the bases loaded?
Well, arguably the second run of the ball game did cross while Spencer Gay was up to the plate back in the sixth. This time, no doubt about it. A nice hit over the head of a jumping Garrett Hampson and a RBI single for Spencer Gay. And don't call it a comeback, folks. Big Ross Grosvenor up to the plate with a runner on first.
Grosvenor is 0 for 2. Pinch hit in the fifth inning. It's rounded out and flied out. Teeny set, delivers. A fastball in the dirt, nicely picked by Barnett. It's 1-0 on the big right-hand batting Ross Grosvenor.
But more seriously, this inning, Teeny has struggled locating with that fastball. He's missed off the plate in every which direction, and now it's going to be a mound visit.
And it's getting a little bit darker here. I don't think that's the reason for the mound visit. Teeny is struggling. There's no doubt about that. Walked Jenko, the wild pitch to second on the base hit by Spencer Gay. So I think the mound visit is justified in this case, as there is some action in the bullpen for Chatham. But if the Kettleers do manage to tie this game, I doubt we play past this. It would end probably in a tie, or if they were to somehow come back and win, I don't think we go to the 10th if they're able to do that.
But what about the protest? We are playing under protest now.
That's true. See, how does that come into play? And I'm not positive we'll see what happens in this inning. If they make it a closer game, well, that could have a huge impact. 1-0 on Grosvenor. Teeny set and fires. Downstairs a fastball. It's 2-0. Well, certainly if the Kettleers wind up losing by 1, then the protest is pretty legitimate at that point. But everything is different from that point in the game. Here's the 2-0. Fastball missed up and in. It's 3-0.
And Grosvenor hasn't even had to take the bat off of his shoulder in these first 3 pitches. And he's ahead up 3-0, and Teeny really struggling to find the zone.
I assume Grosvenor taking here all the way. The count 3-0. 7-2 Chatham in the ninth. The pitch, fastball taken right down the middle. And he was taking all the way. It's 3-1. Well, Grosvenor still looking for his first hit as a Kettleer. With his 0 for 2 today, he's 0 for 17. Big right-hand batter ready in the box. Teeny set, the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Tied him up inside. Might have gotten a piece of it. Count runs full on Ross Grosvenor. Yeah, the runner on first. 1 out last of the ninth inning. The Anglers 7, the Kettleers 2. The righty Teeny comes set. The payoff pitch. Taken on the inside corner. Strike 3 called, 2 down. Grosvenor tried to sell it as ball 4, started walking towards first. And Tom Major punched him out, 2 down in the ninth inning. And the Kettleers down to their final out. Michael Cantu, the batter. That's now 0 for 18 for Grosvenor to begin his Kettleers career. Not the numbers you're hoping for. That brings up Cantu, who's 0 for 3. First pitch, fastball on the inside corner, a call strike. It's 0-1. Well, Cantu not quite 0 for 18 yet. He's 0 for 9. He struck out 5 times. So the two of them have combined 0 for 27. Teeny set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball on the inside corner again for a called strike. It's 0-2. Well, there's a potluck dinner after this game, and some popcorn just fell on the floor, but it's all in boxes downstairs, so I think it'll be okay.
Everything is good.
0-2, Kettleers down to their final strike. The 0-2 pitch, taking a little ball 1-2 on Cotuit with Will Haney waiting on deck. Kettleers trying for a 2-out rally down 5 in the ninth. Hyannis had one a few days ago, down 5 into the ninth. The pitch, swing and a high pop-up, foul ground, first base side. Craig gives it a look near the seats, and he runs out of room. It's out of play, a foul ball off the bat of Cotuit. Hyannis trailed Falmouth 6-1 on Sunday night. Tied the game with 5 in the ninth inning. Then in the 12th inning, the lights went out because at McKeon Park, they automatically go out at 10 o'clock. Took them about 15 or 20 minutes to turn them back on. The game ended in a 12-inning tie. The last play of the game, a caught stealing. 1-2, Teeny deals, swinging a line drive into right field, a base hit for Cotuit. The throw to first, not in time. Oh my goodness. Trenton Brooks threw back behind Cotuit at first. That was really close, and John Schiffner out. Maybe Schiffner out just for a pitching change. Yes, he is. I'll be honest, I thought he was out. That was a very close play. And Teeny walks off the mound in frustration. Got the first 2 outs of the ninth. Couldn't get the third. Wow.
Credit to Cantu for getting a hit in that situation and getting his first Kettleers hit. That's great and all. Maybe he wasn't exactly on his horse running to first, and that's the type of thing you see in video games. Right, Dan, playing MVP baseball or the show and line drive into right field, you just try to throw to first.
I've done it in video games before. It works. It's great, but can you imagine to lose a game like that?
For everything else that's gone, not the Kettleers' way today, though.
They need.
Yeah, So, runners on first and second now.
That was close, though.
And, I think it's just routine. You hit a ball, and you know it's going to be the base hit. You start jogging a bit because the throw usually doesn't go from right field to first. But that case, Trenton Brooks looking to catch Cantu kind of snoozing. And we've seen other instances of that this season. There was a base hit into right field I can't remember who this was against, but Brett Stevens went to, he went to third. The throw was lackadaisically thrown to second base, and then he scored on that one every now and again.
Darren Kendall's done that, too.
Exactly.
We've seen that twice.
So just every now and again, you're just trying to catch the opponent off guard, and it works. And what way pretty good time to try it, I guess. 7-2, and could have been the final out of the ball game. So credit to Brooks for that, and that was really close. Closer than it should have been.
I mean, I thought that at first Larry Rosenberg, the first base ump, was going to punch him out. He might have been a very bang-bang play. I don't know if Rosenberg was actually looking at first base because he kind of spun around at the end. He wasn't ready for that. So, besides from catching Cantu off guard, caught Rosenberg off guard as well. Andre Scrub, a right-hander from High Point on for Chatham. First and second, 2 outs, last of the ninth. The Anglers lead 7-2, and Will Haney, the right-hand batter with power, the batter. But his power can only do so much, down by 5. He's 1 for 3 with a homer. Scrub deals, swing and a miss. Chased a fastball in the dirt at 92 miles an hour. It's 0-1 on Will Haney. That homer in the 6th inning for Haney, his 5th of the year, leads the team. The 0-1, curveball up and in, he ducked out of the way. They count 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, if the Kettleers can keep this inning going long enough, Jaron Kendall could be the potential tying run, but he's still a couple of batters away. Haney has to reach, then Weiss, and then it will be Kendall. The 1-1, swing and a miss. A good fastball down and away. And the Kettleers once again down to their final strike. And let's not overlook, too, for Cantu. That's got to feel good. His first hit is a Kettleer. He's on first. Gay on second. A 1-2 count on Haney. 7-2 Chatham in the ninth. The righty scrub comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Got him with a curveball. And the ball game is over. Chatham comes into Lowell Park and wins it by a final score of 7-2. All 7 runs in the second inning for the Anglers. They're now 3-0 against the Kettleers this season, including 2-0 at Lowell Park. And Axel, one bad inning. Back to that storyline we saw so often early on in this season. And just a rough loss for the Kettleers tonight, plain and simple.
They just literally out in the second. Matt Milburn was struggling mightily on the mound. The relief pitchers did pretty well. Bernardo Flores, Mitch Stallings, they really only scored in 1 inning, but those 7 runs coming in 1 inning, it's hard to come back from that. And this isn't a come-from-behind type of team. They've really only done it once or twice. And yesterday they fell behind 3-0, ended up winning that game 5-3. That was uncharacteristic. But tonight the offense wasn't working, and 1 bad inning can doom you, but fortunately for them, worst case scenario today, they're just a game out of a playoff spot. Best case scenario now, just a half game out with Falmouth and Wareham playing against each other. So things could be worse for the Kettleers. They need to put this on the back burner and move forward because they play a stretch of East Division teams, but then they're going to play some West Division teams, and they're still in the thick of things with 10 games left.
And still very much within range for a playoff spot. Falmouth and Wareham playing tonight in Wareham. The Kettleers enter play today, a point behind both of those teams. And right now it's 2-0 Wareham in the third. So that does it for us tonight here at Lowell Park. 7-2 the Anglers take it. A rough night for the Kettleers. Zach Gallen gets the win. Matt Milburn the loss. Gallen improves to 2-1 on the year, and Milburn drops to 2-3. Next game for Cotuit tomorrow night as the Kettleers travel to Eldridge Park in Orleans to begin a 3-game Eastern road trip. Tomorrow at Orleans, Thursday at Chatham, Friday at Horwich, Saturday an off day with the All-Star game at Spill Anfield in Wareham, and then finally on Sunday the Kettleers return home to take on the Firebirds once again. So that does it for us tonight here at Lowell Park. For Axel and Silverman, once again the final score, the Anglers 7 and the Kettleers 2. Have a great night.